gone. I might be crazy, but I think we're done. There are people out there who are adverse to fun. Something's wrong, it's on your Netflix, it's on your news, even your neighbor has been here. You can see it on YouTube. It's time to shine a light, shine a light. It's time to shine a light on all the things they don't want you. Tom's Generation Next. Oh, it's what's coming next. Tom's Generation Next. Yeah. Tom's Generation Next. The Honesty Channel. From zero news to now. Tom's Generation Next. It's gonna shine a light and share it with you. Propaganda, YouTube slander, TikTok gender, they on blender. Hate groups are cool, low IQ, low morale, low effort. What can I do? People no longer love the truth. People don't know what's true. That's why we gotta shine a light. Oh, shine a light, shine a light. We gotta shine a light. Oh, oh yeah. Together forever, yeah, yeah. Tom's Generation Next. Oh, it's what's coming next. Tom's Generation Next. Yeah. Tom's Generation Next. The Honesty Channel. From zero news to now. Tom's Generation Next. It's gonna shine a light and share it with you. Tom's Generation X.
Everybody, sorry, I couldn't stop that intro. It was going on way too long. Tom Fury, and it was Tom's Generation X. So this is now back to Zero News. I'm here with Vindicator Strikes Back is the channel name out of me, with the one and only Vindicator. He is here to be his usual self, the dry one-liners, the hitting people where it hurts. Vindicator, how you doing, buddy?
How you doing, mate? How you doing? I'm doing great, thank you, mate.
Oh, say again.
Should we ask people how the audio is, just to see if it's
I've got no
okay?
sound in my head now. Where's my sound gone?
It's good to know that somebody's just
I'm having a bad sound day, everybody. Having a bad sound day. It happened just a second ago. Bear with me a second, guys. Bear with me a second. I've got to figure this out. It's I just realized it's probably because the stream is going to be using something different than what I've set up on my computer. This may come to you having to hold the fort for a second, but let me just see if I can get this back to the headphones with the shit sound on.
Somebody's saying it's pretty decent in my opinion. It could be just somebody's feedback on theirs.
Right, well, I'll be cutting this off the beginning of the video, won't I, everybody? Quick as I can, sorry.
How's everybody doing?
Unbelievable, right.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Tom's channel, by the way.
Yeah,
they're saying it's good now, mate. They're saying it's good.
Ah, there you go. I can hear you in my headphones again. Oh, can you speak to me now?
Yeah.
Oh, we've just fixed the problem with my headphones. They sound brilliant now. I'm not even going to knock it. They're working.
You know what it reminds me of? You know the film Aliens, where they're checking all the equipment before they go into the atmospheric process, just smacks it against the wall. With his value, that's working perfectly now. Yeah, that's right. That's fine. Yeah. Just do that, mate.
Exactly. I didn't do anything technical, nothing. Yeah, just pure luck. And the funny thing is, like, I normally am so prepared for these things. That's why I'm always sat having a cup of coffee when I start, because I'm prepared. God, it's been very irritating getting ready for this one today. But so, Vin, do you have a couple of minutes for me to show you and the audience some stuff to sort of bring you some context? So, yeah. So, and then obviously I'll hand over. But to let people know, I made
I know they might break your rhythm here, but there's something I want to ask you as well, because this is something I've always wanted to ask you. So why exactly did you call yourself Zero News? That's what I want to know.
Originally it was it was a joke on itself. It was a joke on itself, but it also meant that there was no pressure. So Zero News, people used to come on and make a sarcastic comment, oh, but there's Zero News on here. It's like, yeah, that's the joke. Like, it didn't need to be about the news. In fact, my perspective was let news stories play out and then cover them when you got all the facts, because then you can give a much better story. So the joke was in the name, but at the same time, it meant to be a little bit more serious, and share the risk goes along with it. And it's why there's so many videos on multiple platforms that have got my share the risk hashtag on, because it was a kind of I am Spartacus kind of idea, pretty much what we're advocating for right now. Right from the very beginning of my podcast, it was always, if we stand up, stand together, share the risk goes down for everybody. And then the benefits remain or go up. So that was the original.
It's that mentality. If they come for one of us, they come for all of us, isn't it? That's what they're trying to. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So yeah, and so I've gone back to it because that's how I started, and you know, with the way things are going, it could be the way it finishes. So I want to go under the name that is the most honest and the most. I've been almost trying to run away from it, but it was my creation. I created it, and it had a very real purpose. And instead of trying to run away from what it was, it's more a case of embracing what I've created. You know.
So what I think's happened is with your channel, it's something similar to what happened to Tommy and mine. But we've all been quarantined. At some point we got quarantined by YouTube because of the things that we were saying, and it's only when you get a certain amount of traffic coming to your channel that it kind of breaks that shadow banning. It's like, oh well, we can't shadow ban it anymore.
The amount of people I've had showing up on my stream saying, "Where have you been? Like, where have I been? As in, I haven't been able to find you. I haven't seen you in years. Thought you quit." And that's been very recently.
I actually forgot to tell you this as well. I was actually searching for Zero News, and your channel doesn't pop up when you search for it.
I'm not surprised at that, because it's been so long since I've used it. So, but I will say to people that you can always find me using Share the Risk. If you put it into any search engine, it will separate the words. If you unseparate those words, make sure they stay together, it always finds my videos. That was why I used that hashtag, because it's got 7 years now of re-embedding that same hashtag. So okay, so anybody knows, Vin, I've been making some animations recently, and I've been using a mixture of AI to create a still image, because I can't draw for shit. I really am a terrible artist, both digitally and with a pen. Yeah, I'm awful. So, and I make no bones about it, I cannot draw. So I get the AI to make a still drawing for me. I then have to animate that image, and try and make it look like it's lip syncing. It's not lip syncing. It's not saying the words. I am editing it in such a way as to make it look like it's roughly saying something similar, which is why if you look at the creations I've made, when they stop for resting face, you can see a transition. When I forget to put a transition in, you'll see it jump from one stage to another. It's because I've carefully spliced it together to make it look like that.
It's a work in progress, isn't it? It's just a work in progress that you're trying to do. You're just experimenting at the minute, and that's what people don't understand. You're experimenting with it.
But the reason I bring it up now is a lot of people will look at it, and because they're paranoid about being made to look stupid, they will call it AI slop, not realizing that the AI part of it is actually one single image. But again, it's fear of being made to look stupid. So they don't realize that these things are actually handcrafted, which is why they're not as polished as some of the other things. So anyway, and this will come into play later on. So I've been making these animations, like you said, with the purpose of getting them up to scratch and making some good satire. And even now they are badly written satire, badly written because I'm rushing them. They're just tests. So I did one with Littlefinger as a socialist from Game of Thrones, and that got some people chewing on me on TikTok, and they wanted me to spell out for them what the difference between socialism and communism was on a cartoon that was based on satire. So then I released a video with Owen Jones as a cartoon. So I'm not actually deep faking him. I'm not trying to fool anybody. I'm deep faking his voice, and I think that's what's triggered people. I've deep faked his voice, but it's obviously a cartoon. And yes, I put words in his mouth, but it's a satirical cartoon. So actually, there's a lot more based in the truth than they realize. But the cartoon itself exaggerates. I talk at one point about, actually, can I play the cartoon because it's easier? But at one point, he talks about murdering some.
I don't know if people know about this. Basically, what you're trying to do is what comedy did in the 80s with spitting in. It's a similar sort of thing to that, isn't it?
Yeah, really, yeah, just like a cartoon version of that. And the cartoon really so that it didn't fool anybody. The idea wasn't to fool anybody. So if I just show you, hang on, let me just make sure it plays the right thing here because there's some weird stuff going on my thing today. Just bear with me a second. I'll show more. Okay, we should be okay. Yeah, so if I just play this a second, this will show you what. And so just to give a bit of context, so I released this video. And then a lot of people came on and attacked it. And at first they said it was because it was a bad video. Now that is fair enough. I can handle that. But they attacked it, said it was a bad video, and then started defending Owen Jones. Some of them were saying things like, "You don't really believe Keir Starmer is a communist, do you?" Taking me through the hoops, only to say at the end of it that they believed in communism and that they were socialists or communists. So they all admitted that they were. So, and on my little channel, that's even smaller, the same video, because they thought the channel couldn't defend itself. And I'll show you in a second, it's got people lining up to take shots at me. And they're all pretending it's because of the quality of the video, but all of them go on to defend Owen Jones. And it makes a mockery of it. If you don't care about the video, you just ignore it, you move on.
You should bring the comments up, Tom, so we can ridicule them even more.
Because, I'll bring the comments. Should I bring the comments up first or show the video? Which I do?
You show the video so people got the context of what he actually said. Okay. I thought it was actually quite good. I thought it was quite good, actually. It
was written in 2 minutes. There was more thought I could have put into it. It was rushed to just make a test. Here we go.
My name is Owen Jones, a renowned drama queen, pseudo-intellectual and champagne socialist, who ironically likes to go around Parliament calling everyone, guess what? Champagne socialists. I like to put on the air that I'm always reasonable. Good old Owen, the guy you can rely on to just shoot straight without a microaggression on show. Just don't ask about the walkouts on Sky News. But that's where things begin to spiral apart. I have a tick that causes me to call everyone Nazis. I think it's Tourette's. 1 minute I'm helping an old lady with her shopping. The next minute I'm calling her 80-year-old husband a Nazi prick and threatening to murder his dog if he doesn't call me daddy. And the thing about me, I'm always proud to say I'm an open book. And oh dear me, how that is true. See my body language and the words I use, although I fool myself into believing I hide it well, it is actually loaded with hatred. As I describe the hatred in others, I am aware of the bile coming from me, intensifying, making me go red and demonic in the face, realizing I'm actually the source of this hatred, and now I'm bandying it around to others carelessly, recklessly. Again, listen to the words I use: reckless, fascist, shill, champagne socialist, and hate-filled morons. And you suddenly realize this is me, Owen Jones, describing myself via my subconscious. And my conscience is too arrogant to notice I bring horror with me, and I then act like it's all a big educated joke. I talk about poor people, and the only time I met one was when I stepped on it accidentally.
I think you get the gist. So,
yeah.
So it was just a bit of silliness. And by the way, just so you know, I've posted on both channels that I will be live here today to all the people that were trying to call me a coward and everything else on communism. And I'll note how few people are here on the chat today already. And I made a prediction to you yesterday, Vin, which we'll come to a little bit later on. But they've been swarming my channel by the hundreds, and I've told them exactly what time and what place I will be here today. And it's just noteworthy that they aren't here. So I recorded the comments, Vin. So I don't know if it's going to cut our sound out, but what I'll do is I'll show you the comments. Other people can pause them or whatever else. In fact, do you want to? If I show you which one it is?
Yo, Starmer.
Not that one. It's the one at the top left, Vin. Do you want to go have a look and stop it where you want? Because otherwise I'm going to be talking all the time, and I won't see your response to the comments. You see if you go to the video section and then under clips at the top left,
video section.
So you should have to the right side of your of your whole studio screen, you should have a bunch of different titles: design, styles, text, video.
No, I haven't got any of that.
No? Okay, not to worry, not to worry. I'll tell you what, raise your hand up if you want me to stop it if it does cut the sound out.
Yeah, we'll do, yeah.
I don't know why, but
That wasn't it.
In others, I am aware of the bile coming
Right. It's going to get boring. People just watching comments.
Can you go back? Can you share your screen and go to the video and share your screen and share that video?
Which one? Which one? How far into it? Because one was from my big channel. The first lot you saw was from the small channel. The second lot you saw was from the big channel.
Because what happened was it was just you scrolling. No, there's no audio or anything. So
Right. Okay.
if you could share your screen and go back and look at the comments,
I'm going to do that now.
in real time.
Was it at the early part or the late part that you saw? What you?
It was a smaller channel, I think. It was a smaller channel.
Right. Okay. I'll do that now.
Yeah. Then you can enlarge the comments as well, so we can read them as well.
Yeah, I should have done that in the first place, to be honest. Right. Okay. Just switching over now. Oh no, that's on the right one. Okay, so bring up that video. Make sure it's on the right one. Okay, and then let's share screen.
I'll be honest with you. I think what they're doing is that they're attacking you because they think you're a small channel, mate. That's what they're doing.
Exactly. Like the amount of of hatred on the small channel is like 3 times as much as it is on the large channel. It's like they think they smell blood. Right, share screen. And 1 second, I don't want to do 1080p. It's unnecessary. Then screen, and then all the warnings. Right. Okay, I think it's this one. Share. Okay. So, and like I say, I've got some more to say. So before I do, I want your sort of reaction to this.
I'm kind of guessing what they're going to be like. It's like you're ignorant, you know nothing about communism. Kind of comments, general comments.
What they do is like what they've done more and more as it's gone along. They've resorted to trying to pull the video to pieces, but that's not how it started. And also, you'll notice that they move on from the video to the content.
Yeah, the thing is, like, it's a satire video. Anybody trying to pull apart a video that's satire, just has no humour. They've got no humour in the story at all, have they?
So look at this, zero news. Is that because you've absolutely zero of your own original thought? I mean, literally, the joke is lost on them.
It's not sharing, Tom.
Say again.
It's not sharing, mate.
Oh, okay. Why not? Oh, it's having a real good day today. Why is that? Oh, I'll tell you what. Okay. Don't know why it did that, but it shouldn't do this time. Double checked.
The amount of issues that I've had when I've been on live stream, that's better. Yeah, there you go.
Very strange. Yeah. Right. Okay. As long as it's working. Yeah.
Can you just like magnify that up? So.
Oh, hang on. I've got news coming in from something. Sorry. Right.
You're all right.
Can you say again, Ben?
Teething problems, mate. Teething problems. That's all it is.
Yeah. I know. Sorry, yeah. So if you look here, zero news. Is this because you've absolutely zero of your own original thoughts? It's like that's the joke missed. That is the joke of the channel. And it says, yes, when you've absolutely no counter arguments to offer or any solutions or ideas yourself, so you make up AI slop, which we've already discussed the AI part of it, which is why I brought it up. Just let the AI do the thinking for you. Utterly pathetic. Right now, if you really believe that, if you've got atrophy towards an idea, you wouldn't make these comments. You wouldn't bother. You wouldn't even bother hitting the dislike.
No,
you wouldn't watch the
this
video.
is argument, isn't it? Right. This is like the people that come to my videos as well say, well, "You're rubbish. Why are you making these videos?" It's like, well, if you don't get, and it's the same here. It's always the same. You triggered them, mate. You've absolutely triggered them.
Yeah.
Because this is the only way they can respond. This is the only way they can respond.
Dislike a video of yours, Vin, do you find that if they dislike something you've done, they just generally don't bother to dislike it? They don't watch as much. There's just less numbers, less people.
Yeah.
They certainly don't get on and start commenting. So, and here's the point that you were making earlier on. So, I'm sorry, and I'm going to shut up and hand over to you. Just here, it says you have absolutely no counter arguments. It's a satire video. It's satire.
Really, you have made a counter argument because you're highlighting Owen Jones' hypocrisy in what he's saying through the medium of satire. That's what you're doing. You're making a point via that. They're just not intelligent enough to see that. That's the point.
And then you're pathetic. He has morals, and you're clearly a sad little troll.
You need to do more videos on Owen Jones because you're obviously triggering the hell out of them with Owen Jones.
Now, I've told them on that channel, I'm going to absolutely crush your hero now. They've just given me a niche. They don't realize that they've reinvigorated my channel. They give me a niche.
What they've done is they've just highlighted this big neon sign pointing to the chink in their armor. Look at my chink in my armor.
Yeah,
this is
big niche here. Make videos about this. Bring traffic. Awesome.
Yeah.
And so next one, communists have a solution for people who use AI generated animations in place of any actual talent, skill, or moral self-worth. Communists have a solution for people like that.
You know what that means, don't you? They'll send you to the gulag, mate. So that comment in itself just proves what communism is like.
Yeah. Now this person is a piece of work. Now he was spamming all over the place. But what's interesting about this guy, and I'm going to quote. So if I use bad language, I'm quoting. What's interesting about this guy is he's a symptom of what everybody else is trying to do. He's trying to claim the video shit, but watch what happens. He starts off. Right, bear in mind, he's just switched on my video. He's one of the first people to comment. What the fuck? Why claim after it's uploaded that it's the end of the video when you could have not bothered with that extended? Because I tried not to let it be a short, pointless silent animation. You didn't have to put it in, but you still did. That's in capitals. It's either laziness or incompetence. And judging by the comment you left, I'd hazard a guess it's the latter. It's amazing that I thought people who defend Tom Robinson were smarter than this. No, you didn't. And then, so we go on from that, right? So he's angry about the extra time put at the end of the video. So he says, I said, if I leave it under 3 minutes, it becomes a short, blah, blah, blah. So he says, okay, then make it a short. And I said, well, I don't want to. It's just a test. And he says, he should stop wasting our time. So I said, well, you're wasting your own time. If it makes you mad, then I would probably reduce your time on the internet. And maybe then you realize you're wasting your own time and mine with your mindless ranting about things. And so we go on, right? So, and then this one here, you make a straw man, get mad, then attack that. Who's mad? I made a joke about Owen Jones, which I found quite funny making that video. I enjoyed making that video.
Just excuse me a minute, Tom. I'm just going to sort something out, mate. Something just come on. I'll be back.
Yeah, sure. So when Vin's gone, I'll get his reactions to this when he comes back. So I started calling this guy anger management. And so if we go on from there, he's just like super lost his head. And this guy here, he says, I'm no fan of Owen Jones, and Chardonnay Socialist is a fair critique. And then he goes on to talk about Tommy Robinson. Although in fairness to this guy, it just popped up on his feed. Now, I don't know if we can have a look quickly at the video I did on communism, because I'm not going to show you all the comments. The idea is just to show you some of the flash comments very quickly. Note they'll be on the other channel. So we go to the other channel, same video, other channel. And then what we do is we go to the...
I'm back, Tom.
Brilliant. So if we go to the communism one first... Actually, no. So sorry. So, the comments so far, what have you made of him so far? And then I'll show a few more comments, and we'll jump out the comments.
Personally, I think that they just show themselves what they are: unintelligent. All they can do is attack you, and the fact that you've actually made a video, not the arguments that you've made in the video, just the fact that you've dared to make a video and attacking me personally.
Shop now.
Yeah, I agree. So you've got the other channel here now, and you can see me at the top saying, keep bringing in the views, commie losers, and they still bring in the views. Unbelievable. So first going in, hey GBT, generate some dog shit AI slop of Owen Jones calling himself a drama queen so I can totally own him on YouTube. Oof, you sure got him there. He'll see him probably laugh himself to death from the fucking cringe. Owen Jones hasn't commented on this video, by the way. Why are these people so feverishly defending him whilst making out they're not bothered?
You know what we should do? Because Owen Jones is such an intellectual, we should really show the Sky News interview where he stormed off stage because he couldn't answer questions about subjects.
That's it. Exactly, Vin. And what they said was my video was all straw men. Well, I mentioned him walking off Sky News. I mentioned him saying he was in a fight in a pub that he didn't have any bruises for. I mentioned that he calls other people a lot of names that apply to himself, including Champagne Socialist, and the list carries on. What I did was, obviously satire because I exaggerated a lot of things, but it was grounded in truth.
Yeah, the thing is, Tom, right? The video itself has done its job because it's triggered them beyond belief. It's done its job. Now, they say it's slop, but that's only because you're criticising their ideology. They don't like that. That's exactly what the video did. If this video was highly polished and was the most best ever AI video put out there, they would still be calling it AI slop. Because you've offended them.
Absolutely. And what I'm interested in, I'm noticing as well today, and I wonder it's because I said there was going to be a live, is there are some missing comments. So we'll come back. So this is the one I made about communism. This is where I said I was trying to make a cartoon and someone interrupted me and asked me to start talking about the differences between socialists and communists, which we'll come back to in a sec, because it's something that they think that I'm afraid to talk about. And I made it look like I was afraid to talk about it even more once I realized that, so that I could then offer them a live stream. I offered them a live stream. Somebody who really had me on the back foot on the attack. So I said, rather than do back forwards in the comments, how about a live stream? Guess what happened? Silence. He's never commented again.
Well, this is the thing, Tom. This is what we've discussed before. These people live in echo chambers. When they come into places like this where they have to defend their ideas in person, it's a lot easier to defend an idea in the comments where you've got time to think about and twist the facts than it is to fire back quickly in a debate that's live.
Yes.
These people can't do that. They can't do that at all.
So can you see these comments okay, Vin?
Could just do I need to get glasses, mate. But
right.
Yeah.
Well,
can you just enlarge them a little bit?
Okay, 1 second. How about how about that?
Yeah, that's a bit better, yeah. So which ones are we looking at particularly? This David.
So this one is on the video I made after that I've been interrupted from doing the cartoon, where I just said communism is not okay in 2025, and this is what really brought the communists out.
USSR, yeah.
And this one here is very interesting. So look, are you really stupid enough to think Starmer is a communist? So I said, are you
He
thinking
is, he is a communist.
But hang on, she's playing to Kia. Because I said, are you stupid enough to believe he's a capitalist? And she says, well, thanks for asking my question. So I ended up thinking, right, I'll answer then. So I said, you're probably right about it. I said, so I suppose for your time, I'll give you a direct answer. I think he thinks he is a socialist or a Marxist. You only have to look at some of the comments on my videos. I'll leave you with this. Do you realize how many people do support communism in some form in the UK? Because if you think it's beyond belief, just look at any video here where I badmouth communism, blah, 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 blah.
Oh,
And she said,
look at her name, though. Look at her name.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
BU student. That says everything.
Yeah. So if we jump forward, I say to her, she says to me, she makes some comments about communism. So I said, I'll understand it. What, communism? I said, I'll like communism better because I will make the world better. Because it will make the world better. I said, you've come here under false pretenses. Because she said, you don't really believe Starmer is a communist, do you? And she said, of course I support communism. I'm a literate person who has studied economics. She studied economics.
You know what it is, don't you? It's the no true Scotsman fallacy. It's the, oh, no true communist would do this. No true communist would do that.
Yeah.
It's like Starmer is a Trotsky communist. He went behind the Iron Curtain in the 80s and went to a Czechoslovakian work camp. Nothing says I'm a communist more than that.
Yeah. And the thing of it is why did she start the question like it was absurd that he was a communist and then come out at the end of it saying, oh, of course I'm a communist? And the other thing as well is, again, it's the on paper, which we're going to come to in a minute, but I've studied economics, therefore I'm fully equipped to take on the moral struggles of communism. Absolutely.
Yeah, but that's a logical fallacy on her part, isn't it? That's appealing to her qualifications, isn't it? That's a logical fallacy.
Yeah.
Like you can appeal to your qualifications, they mean nothing in relevance to this argument.
Someone here says Starmer is a capitalist. I agree with that. And again, we'll come to that in a second. So, okay, this is the last thing I want to say before I stop hogging the fucking microphone bin. So I was like, okay, so these people, if you try and differentiate Marxism from socialism, what they're going to do is they're going to do what theologists do when you try and say, do you like Jordan Peterson does when you ask, do you believe in God? He'll give you every answer other than the answer, right? So what there is there's different sects of Marxism, different sects of communism, different sects of socialism. So what they'll try and do is they'll try and get you in the nitty-gritty, the details. But it's worth just taking a step back and realizing there's a reason why everybody throws them all under the same umbrella, why everybody treats them all the same. Marxism is an umbrella for all of the others, Trotskyism, all the rest of it. Marxism is the idea. Socialism is the transportation away from capitalism into communism. It is the widely accepted on left and right vehicle to get there. And communism is the goal. And that's why a lot of people will not call them communists, because they believe that they are socialists. And the reason they believe that, they even believe communist countries are socialist. The reason they believe communist countries are socialist is because in their eyes, communism's never been achieved because it's utopia. Therefore, until we get a full-on communist utopia, they don't see it's been tried before. It's basically justification for saying we'll do it better. Okay.
See what they don't realise is that the utopia part of the communism equation is like a carrot on a stick. It's something you'll never reach utopia to get into. If you ever did actually get to communism, it wouldn't be a utopia, because in a planned economy, then everybody is just a cog in the machine. You have no individuality. It doesn't care about you. You're just a cog in the machine.
So for these people that want to call themselves feminist Marxists and all the rest of it, I mean, it still falls under the banner of the idealism part of it. It's, you know, they're right to call him what's it called? Begin with S again. A socialist. They're right to call him a socialist because he is, because their ideal dream hasn't been got to yet. But again, it's also their justification for saying, communism, you can't say communism has failed because there's no actual real communist countries. There never have been. That's their argument.
You see what it is? Their idea of what communism is complete myth. The real communism, when you rip that mask off, is an authoritarian state. where there is the boot on your neck, like North Korea, like Venezuela, like Cuba. That is real communism. That's what communism is. It's an authoritarian state.
Exactly. And so when I went to the communist friendly Google AI and asked it if, because they said the numbers I'd plucked out in that Owen Jones set, no, not Owen Jones, I said in my anti-communist video about 50 million dead. The only thing they said, I was plucking numbers out my ass, and the only thing that the AI corrected me on, it said no, it's closer to 100 million dead. That's the only thing you got wrong. And that's the communist friendly AI. So what I realized was that, again, Marxism the idea, socialism vehicle, communism's the goal, right? And these people will try and dispute that because they want to try and complicate the very, very simple. And it's like that student that they're a student of economics, therefore they're qualified to handle communism. So the idea that communism hasn't been done is a terrible virus. So the problem I had was, how the hell do I prove all of this? How the hell do I prove all of this to other people rather than just making this my opinion? And I thought, if I can go to a lefty leaning channel and get them to agree, then it would not get them to agree if they've already done a video that, even though it leans to the left, supports communism, supports socialism, still acknowledges the things that I've said today. In 4 minutes, I would consider that to be a relative win, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So if I play you that video, Vin, and then I'm going to sort of hand over to you for a bit, because I think there's a lot I haven't let you say. So I want you to have your say. We'll just bring it up. So we'll just stop the share screen for a second. And so if I can find the video now, show more. Oh yeah, it's there. So I think it's this.
Yo, Starmer.
No, it's not that one. What video was I wanting to show you? The video on, what was it again? What did you say? The video on. Oh yeah, no, the 4-minute video. Sorry, the 4-minute video. I think it's it. No, it's not that one. Where have I put it? Where's it gone? It was there. I might have to share the screen again. Unreal. Unbelievable. It was all here waiting for me. Like,
Yo, Starmer.
it's not that one.
I almost want to watch that video.
No, lined up waiting like some real pro, and now I feel like, yeah, pro means something else. And it ain't what it started meaning. Okay, well, let me see if I can actually find it, because I might be able to find it by name. Because it's well worth the watch, actually. I'd know it if I saw it straight away.
Yeah, but you know what I find amazing, Tom, is that none of these comments have actually come out the woodwork and come to the live stream, into the chat, because usually they would.
Exactly.
They come into the chat.
And just to make it clear, I went on both channels, made a video on both channels saying I would be here at this time live. I've made extra effort to make sure on their comments, where they made the comments on the video, that I would be here live. I would be here to scrutinize. I told all of them where to find me. And there's still there's still, as we're talking now, they're still making comments about the videos on my comment section rather than coming on here.
Yeah,
so
what I normally find is,
sorry, go on.
What I normally find is as well, after I've called people out on a live stream, instead of coming into the chat or a live stream, they'll start commenting in the comments of the live stream after it's finished. That's what they'll do.
Yeah, they're already commenting on in the comment section, but not in the live comments. Crazy.
Just call them out, Tom. Send them a comment, say, come in the live stream. If you're that strong in your convictions, come into the live stream.
They already know, because they've had, like, literally every video I've made, I've put that stream on that they go on. So they know, they're literally on this, they're commenting on the video that's got the link to the stream now. So if I share this,
how many people are actually watching?
How many
people are actually watching at a minute, Tom?
That's what I mean. Where are they?
You can bet probably 4 of those people are actually communists, but they're coming. That's what it is.
So you had hundreds of them coming at me, and I've given them a time, I've given them a place, and what was my prediction, Vin, yesterday?
You say hundreds, don't you mean probably just a few people with a few
True.
extra accounts coming at you, Tom.
True, fair play, Vin. Yes, fair enough. Fair enough. That's true. So okay, let me share this with you. And because I thought this video, especially like I say, it's a leftist video, and it still echoes the points that I've made, because I want somebody else who's got 2.2 million subscribers to say it, who's on the left rather than me. Sharing?
Yep, it is, mate. Yeah.
Okay.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
This might come as a surprise, but in the history of the modern world, there has never been a communist country. While a number of countries have described themselves as communist, for example, China and North Korea, by definition, there has never been a true communist country. So what exactly is communism, and how does it relate to socialism? Well, it may be easier to explain.
So like I said, so go on.
So this is what I was saying. He's already bringing up the no true Scotsman fallacy. There's never been no true communism implemented. He's already making that statement already, and that is only like a few seconds.
Right.
Yeah.
And I want you to appreciate, as we go through this video, this guy, as you can clearly see, is a communist apologizer and everything else, right?
Oh, God,
and
yeah,
yet
definitely.
Listen to what he says about socialism and communism and Marxism in their relation to each other. He may talk about them in a nicer way, but he doesn't deny what I've said, and that is that one leads to the other, leads to the other. And even though all the communists on my channel would try and disprove that, even their own say it. So let's carry on, like you said. Just let me know if you want to stop again.
What the two have in common. Both ideologies originate from a desire to limit worker exploitation and lower or eliminate the influence of economic classes in society. There are dozens of variations on both communism and socialism based on the different ways these ideologies are implemented in different countries. There's Stalinism, Leninism, Trotskyism, Maoism, and others which are essentially all versions of Marxism, coupled with various styles of revolution. Karl Marx was an economist and philosopher who co-wrote the Communist Manifesto, among other foundational books on communism. In short, his theory centered around the idea that as Europe transitioned from centralized monarchies to quasi-democratic capitalist economies, workers were being exploited by those who owned the means of production. So if you work in a factory or on a farm, as many at the time did, whoever owns the factory or farm is getting more out of the worker than they're putting in. This creates an inherent inequality, giving the owners, who Marx called the bourgeoisie, power over it.
Right, the only reason Marx had an issue with big industry and workers and factories is because he didn't want to work himself. He wanted to live a life of luxury, living off the back of other people rather than working himself. That's where communism and Marxism comes from. It's got nothing to do with workers' rights or anything like that. It's got everything to do with Karl Marx not wanting to work.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true.
Over the workers, called the proletariat. In Marxism, to fix this inequality, society must shift towards a model where the proletariat hold this power instead, by collectively controlling the means that come into play. According to Marx, socialism is a precursor to communism and the next logical step after capitalism.
Right, you see that?
Yeah.
Right, that is a communist saying that. So this isn't just my opinion. This isn't just my way of getting out of it all. When I say I don't want to split hairs on the differences, this is why. Because
people always say that socialism always leads to communism, and it does. If you allow it to run, if you allow it to run its full course to its conclusion, it always leads to communism. Always.
Yeah, and more to the point is that it's aimed at communism. Like, it's not even that it accidentally lands there. It is designed to get you to communism.
Right. This is the way I look at it. Socialism builds the foundations for communism to exist. That's what it does. It moves along towards communism, but it's also building the foundations for it to exist, like the centralized and planning of the economy and that sort of thing. That's what it does. The mechanism that builds communism as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And so They wanted to be to split hairs over what's a socialist, what's a communist, or the rest of it, whereas they can be chucked in the same bucket.
Well,
And,
what you could say is a socialist is the pupa form of a communist. It's like a butterfly. First you get the caterpillar, then you get the butterfly. That's what they are.
Absolutely. And they can't, like I say, this is one of their own, spelling it out just as it is, because they don't see any shame in it, by the way. And this is what I mean. Why are the people coming on my channel hiding the fact that they're communist and only saying it when they are losing their temper? And why are they losing their temper? See, the thing is, if you're coming on my channel putting on smiley emojis and stuff like that, that doesn't mean that I'm fooled into thinking that you're laughing. The very fact that you're hatefully putting "fuck, what the fuck's going on your keyboard tells me, without much intuition, that you're very, very angry.
I just want to say something to these people. They've made a very big mistake because they assume that because you've got a small channel that you're new to this. I can guarantee you, Tom is not new to this. He's debated more of you people than you can ever imagine. That's why you daren't come into these live streams, because if you did, he would absolutely destroy your arguments, and that's what you're afraid of.
Yeah, and that's why I'm here today, because they thought they were picking on the weak, and I give them that impression on the small channel. I thought, okay, let's let them believe that. And then on the bigger channel, they know it's in trouble. They smell blood. And as you said, I've dealt with it all before. I've seen it before. I've seen all their comments before, every single one. And I came here to destroy somebody today, multiple people. They've been 9-on-1, they've been 10-on-1 with me on my channel. In the comment section, when I offer them to come on here live, tumbleweeds. Now, I'm not going to claim that as a victory because it's actually disappointing. But what I will say is it's an absolute loss for them. Hundreds of them, and now where are they?
Oh, no, I disagree with you, Tom. It is a victory because you're proving their cowardice, because anybody that is strong in their convictions will stand by them and defend them face to face. No problems. We can do that. We can do that. We can defend our positions face to face.
Yeah.
So why can't they?
That's true. That's true. And according to them, Vin, I'm an idiot. I'm ignorant, I'm arrogant, blah, blah, blah. I should be easy to debunk then. I should be easy to make look a fool. I've always said in this movement, I've never claimed to be the smartest person in the room. But if you want to come and test it, if you want to come and test that ability, I ain't hiding.
Tom, with communists and socialists in the room, you're always the smartest person in the room, mate. Always the smartest person in the room.
But I wanted to show them today, like, I'm not hiding from you. I've set up a platform for you to come on and spout your ideology. But just like in the chat where you have to try and obfuscate who you even are, you haven't got the gut, you haven't got the courage of your convictions.
Now, what they'll do is they'll pop up after the live stream's finished. They'll start giving you abuse in the comments below the live stream, and just laugh at them. Just laugh at them from now on. Then they're worthless. Completely worthless individuals, just like their ideology, communism, and socialism is worthless.
And it's like I said to you at the beginning, though, they've done me a favor. They don't, and again, I'm not saying that to try and play a psychological game on them. I would do. That's not like beneath me. But in this case, I'm genuinely not. They have reinvigorated the channel, given me purpose. I know what animations I'm doing next. I'm absolutely set on it. And if they really wanted people like me to shut up, the last thing they should have done was piled on, because they've given me a real purpose. What for?
And look at what these people are standing behind, this ideology. In 90 million deaths in Soviet Russia alone. That's not including the other regimes around the world, which we probably don't know how many deaths have occurred.
Oh, but they're not real communists. And those numbers are pulled out your ass, apparently, according to them. It's crazy. I said this. I said, about China and that. And it's like China. Here's the other thing about communism. It's so wonderful and everything else. Well, they say it has not been done properly. That's part of the problem with it, is the corruption that's involved with it. And that is, look at China. China has an offshore capitalist economy, and they have an inshore communist economy. So that the free market can't go to their people, but they can go to the free market. So they have got the best of both worlds. They are living in riches while the people living poor. Same in North Korea.
So what you have is, right, they claim it's a workers' right. So the workers, they go to a two-tier society where the elites have access to capitalism and they're the very best in life, whereas the workers have access to nothing. So all this rubbish about workers' rights is just that, rubbish. It's nothing to do with workers' rights. It's about impoverishing people and keeping them under foot and boot, subverting them, and basically creating this serfdom class and creating an elite class like the feudal lords that we have in this country. That's basically what it is.
And their big argument seems to be, you know, nothing that's happened before matters because it wasn't communism anyway, and more importantly, it wasn't them. It wasn't those virtuous souls that would do it so different. That is the epitome of arrogance.
Right, they assume this is going to be utopia because it's a centrally planned economy. You are told where you will work. That's what a centrally planned economy is. They think they're going to be out in the fields with sunshines, rainbows, and flowers, reading poetry and writing music. No, you'll be told to work down a coal mine for 16 hours a day. That's the reality of communism and socialism. That's the reality of it.
The freedoms that they've got to come and try and stop me making a cartoon. And what I did say was the hate that I got on the threat of, you know, communism would remove you, basically, is what they're going to Charlie Hebdo me then. Are you guys that don't have the balls to come on here for a debate or an argument? Are you instead going to do the old Charlie Kirk routine and try and Charlie Hebdo me? And funny how the Charlies come in. Are you going to try and come and beat me up or come and blow my brains out because you can't come on for an argument? If that's the case, you really are the biggest cowards on this whole earth. No wonder nobody wants to follow you.
Tom, from what I've seen of the communist Antifa, that they're no real threat whatsoever. They're about 2 stone piss wet through. Need a good meal. They're all vegan, so they're all weak. They can barely move. So basically, if they did come along and try anything, just kick them straight into the trees, mate.
Yeah. They've got one. I always call them one movers. They've got one line, and then when you defeat that one line, they lose their fucking minds because they don't have anything to come back with afterwards.
Yeah. It's like what we were saying before. They live in an echo chamber.
Yeah, we'd be accused of the same thing, but the difference is we're opening the door up to like.
It's not an echo chamber, though.
Yeah. So just as an example, today, Vin, you know this. You know that they could have brought 2 in. One of us could have been mediator. There's no way that I would have just teamed up on someone. You know, the truth it was, why did I ask you to come on at the beginning today, Vin? What was it? What was the reason I gave you? Do you remember?
You wanted to like moderate something that you like a proper debate moderated.
I said to you that I didn't believe any single one of them would have the guts to come on today, and therefore I would be stranded by myself. So could you come on at the beginning? Because I don't think they'll bother. Then I think that after all of the mouth, I think that not one single one will turn up.
Well, that's the thing, mate. They are all mouth, and they can't back up what they're saying. So this is how strong their ideology is. If you can't come on to a live stream on a channel you think is failing, on a channel you think is beneath you, and come and debate your points, how strong is your ideology anyway? Not very strong, in my opinion, is it?
Well said, Vin. Yeah, well said. And you know, the challenge is still there. You're running out of time, and don't think. And I want you to make it clear. I will make what cartoons I want. You do your worst in response. But the more you do,
become thick and fast now. He's just going to make videos about communism thick and fast now because he knows he can trigger you with them.
Yeah, you've just shown me what the key is. Thank you. So I will make what videos I want, and you just given me a whole bunch of them to come up with, and I can't wait to wind you up with them. But you certainly don't get to threaten me. And if you try, you'll be laughed at. And if you did ever do anything to me, you'd martyr me overnight. So you go ahead.
Tom, the silence is deafening, isn't it? The silence is deafening from them. They're all mouth in the car when it comes to big boy boots on and coming to actually defend your arguments. You're nowhere to be seen. This is why communism always fails, by the way. This is why communism has to become authoritarian, because it can't stand up to scrutiny. It has to silence people. It has to put the boot on their neck to keep them under control. It's equality. It's not equality. It's equality. The only equality you get is that everybody's poor. That's the equality you get. They don't raise people up. They keep people down. That's the whole point.
And for anybody that thinks maybe it's hostile territory anywhere else, just think about it. These people want to destroy certain people's lives and everything else to enforce their ideology, and they know it, right? And yet they are too scared to come on a digital stream. They can't be physically harmed. We can't do anything terrible to them, and they can leave at any time they want. They're not trapped in here. So it's not like meeting them on the street where they might be physically attacked. Nothing bad can happen to them.
You know, I'd like to know is, Tom, is where's the economic student? Where's the student? Because surely she should be able to come and defend communism. If she's got a degree in, economics and knows all about communism, surely you should be able to come and defeat two people who, in your opinion, know nothing about communism.
Exactly. And that's why I've let this run a bit, Vin, because give them the chance, give them the time. Don't give them the excuses, because again, once this is over, not only will I make the ones that I want, but I won't be answering those comments in the comment section again. You've got your chance. I advertised your chance, and so did Vin. So it's not just me.
Yeah. So from this point on, basically, all you're going to be is revenue for Tom. Every view you make is revenue for him. So that's all you are. You're like basically your capitalism. Your capitalism to Tom. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. And for you, Vin, if you want, I'll bring a few over to your channel because with the monetization, they might help out.
Yeah, I need the revenue, mate. Yeah, I need the revenue. Just give me some more revenue. Yeah. Those clicks. Yeah.
And it's amazing. I've told so many people this in the past, like you giving me views is exactly the opposite of what you're trying to achieve. And they still would do it because they'd like to hate watch.
Now, you see, what these morons don't realise is, Tom, right? Words only have any meaning if you assign them any type of value, which we don't. We don't value their words because that's all they are. What they project onto us, what they think would hurt them, and it doesn't hurt us. We've been around for a very, very long time on the internet. We've been in more online debates. We've had channels taken down than you've had hot dinners. Not that's new to this party. You're dealing with veterans in this situation. Not a smart move.
You were fought, and it shows something about your characters. You thought you were finding a new channel that was just starting up, and you thought you would pound it down before it ever got the opportunity to get off the ground. You dirty, dirty people, you.
You see, they're lucky, really. Because usually, if this had been the Wild West times of YouTube, I'd have ridiculed the hell out of them. I'd have made pwnage videos about them, absolutely tearing them apart and laughing at them constantly for months on end, embarrassing them and just laughing at them. You want to be thankful it's not those times.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Those going back in time, things were a little bit different, and yeah, you all deserve to be mocked, but I feel like I'm glad that rather than hiding, that they came out and did what they did, because it's there for the whole world to see. And the thing is, they call us racist and everything else. The hatred, the bile, all of the things that they talk about is all coming from them. Like I tried to make a video making fun of someone, and they want me dead. So who is the vile one full of hatred?
Well, do you remember that episode of Star Trek? I know you probably will. It was the Mirror Universe original series, where Captain Kirk goes to Mirror Universe, and the mirror version of him goes to that version. And what does Spock say to Captain Kirk when he comes back? He says, "How did you know he wasn't me?" He says, "It's far easier for a civilized man to behave like a barbarian than it is for a barbarian to behave like a civilized man." And that's exactly what the communists are.
That's actually a great. I forgot about that line, but that's a great line. That is a great line, and very, very good words in there as well. And I am looking at the comments at the same time, guys, and I know Vin is as well. I can see him doing it. So we must remain vigilant. Not what's that say? We must remain vigilant. We must not be so distracted by the noise. It's deliberate to staunch our progress. Yeah, I think there's truth in that.
Yeah. They are just a distraction. The communists and socialists are just a distraction. That's all they are. They carry no weight in their arguments whatsoever. There's no substance to them at all.
So I mean, they are again. I mean, I'm just looking at the notifications now. I've got notifications everywhere for this today. There is no way they missed it, mate. There's no way I let them miss it. So, that video that I showed you that was pro them and still made the point I was trying to make. It's got 4.5 million views. It's a channel called Now This, 2.23 million subscribers. So it is an authority of the left. So if they want to argue the point, they can argue with their own.
They just don't get it. They don't understand. You won't silence Tom at all. He's a veteran to this. He won't be silenced. You might think you're making progress. You're not really. Not really at all.
How do you feel, Vin? That like I don't know if these people in the UK or not. I've got a feeling that I think they would lie about it. So do you think in your heart, because we can only guess, right? In your heart of hearts, do you think those comments and that were from people in the UK? And if you do, how disturbing do you find it that many people in the UK would think like that? And if you don't, what was the end game?
Well, for me, given that it's Owen Jones that's caused the offence, I would say it's mainly college students in this country, because not a lot of people in America know who Owen Jones is. So I would say it's a lot of students from this country, as you've witnessed with that, whatever her name was, that student X, whatever her name is. So yeah, I would say it's a lot of university students that have been triggered, because he does talk a lot in universities, Owen Jones.
Your mate,
he does
You're right. You're
so
right.
I would
The way
say
a lot of them talking as well was uni kind of. Yeah. Okay. What's that down a bit? Did you see that comment, Ben?
they aren't able to join you, Tom, because it's feeding time. Woman's milk takes time to get out of the bottle.
That is comment of the week. Comment of the week. Oh, I like that. That's good. Sorry. So yes, I don't want to dwell on beyond that. In terms of going too deep, like I say, they want me to go deep because they want to be pedantic and split hairs. But like, as I said, it's a very simple thing to work out. Vin, the question for you on this is, they like to talk about the numbers of they like to really put discrepancy on the numbers of dead, right? Like it matters how and what I
we'll
said
put it this way, right?
Sorry, go on.
How many is bad for an ideology? Now, this is what we've talked about this before. Why does communism and socialism get such a free pass when fascism and Nazism are really frowned upon? When really they're the same ideology. It's just a few different. It's just a few differences within it. And
according to the communists on my channel, it's because the communists, it happened to in a time of war, and otherwise it wouldn't have ended up like that.
Yeah. If the communists had taken over Germany and Hitler hadn't risen to power, the same thing would have happened in Germany. They'd have done exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. They did the same thing in Russia. They had gulags, which is the same thing as concentration camps. For the people that were dissidents, the people disagreed with the regime, they got rid of them. And it happens everywhere communism goes. North Korea, Cuba, everywhere. It's not a coincidence that these things all pop up where socialism and communism are. It's because it's the end game. It's the only thing they can do. It always leads to a dictatorship. It always leads to an totalitarian state that rules over the people. They can't get away from that.
How did I mean? I was a bit of a, if I can remember it, and I was a bit of a silly question to some. Communism. Oh no, I'm going to forget it now. It's such a basic question. No, all right, it's going to come back to me. It will come back to me because it's on the tip of my tongue, but we have to carry on going. Sometimes I have to keep on going with things to remind me. I don't know if you're the same. Islam is danger, but the EU, WEF are bigger danger to us all. They are using every faction to divide society. Sorry.
Exactly.
Interesting way you worded that. Every faction. That's
exactly what the Marxists are pushing. That's why they're pushing identity politics, because it does divide society up. The sole purpose for identity politics is to collapse society. That's the whole point of it. It divides everybody up and then has everybody fighting against each other.
And there's an interest, and they don't like to be labelled, and yet their entire politics revolves around identity politics. How does that work?
I don't
That's
know, mate.
insane. And I'm
Yeah,
the
what
idiot.
it is,
You're the idiot. We're the thugs, you know.
Yeah, what they like to do, they like to be the ones putting everybody else in their boxes. They just don't like to be the ones being put in boxes themselves. I think that's what it is. It's all about control.
That's actually, I'll tell you what, that's really simplified way of putting something quite deep. Yeah. Should we ever, do you want any final words on what you've seen? Anything else, Finn? Because if you fancy it,
No, they're just all losing their own mouth. They've got no substance.
Yeah.
They've got they're all mouth, no substance, and they're just pointless. And I think you're doing the right thing. You've given them the opportunity. Any comments from now, it's just revenue for your channel, mate. Just let them keep commenting.
I really did want to give the opportunity because I felt that was fair, because you are at a disadvantage if you're typing. I've given an hour and 5 minutes now. Thank you for the time that you've given so far, Vin. I think, and I've also labelled it absolutely everywhere. I think I've given them every opportunity, haven't I?
Yeah. They won't come in, mate. They're cowards. They're complete and utter cowards. I think what you'll find is that maybe it could just be one person controlling lots of accounts behind this. Because I've found this in the past before. It's either a group of people, it's one person, and they can't come in because they reveal that fact.
A lot of them
so just ignore them. Just ignore them now. Then they're not. A
lot of them claimed, and I thought they were lying at first, but there could be some truth in it, because my channel is at the moment all over the place. But they said that my video popped up in their feed. I don't know whether to believe them or not.
You know, you can check it, don't you? You can just block one of them and see how many subscribers you lose when you block one of them.
Yeah. I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think of that. Well done, Ben. Right, so should we have a quick look at X and see how bad things are on there today?
Yeah, it's really bad.
It's a black hole on there. So, there's Vin, the man himself. Look. Let's give you a little like and a reshare, that Vin. This is asylum seekers receiving free healthcare on the NHS, free prescriptions, free IT. Yeah, because people keep saying, they're not getting money, they're not getting this. So,
well, this is the misinformation they put out. Yes, they can't claim universal credit because they don't have a national insurance number. That's very misleading to say that. The fact of the matter is they're still getting taxpayer money, benefits through taxpayer money, because they're getting free NHS care, they're getting free dental care, they're getting laptops, phones paid for by us. So that is benefits because it's taxpayer money.
Yes, exactly. And they're deliberately saying, they get £44, blah blah blah, and it's like you're totally deliberately, willfully missing out everything else.
Yeah, without mentioning the fact they've got free accommodation, so they've got no overheads. They get 3 meals a day. They've got no overheads, but they're getting 40 quid a week on top of that as well.
Exactly. And here you've got yet another paedophile being singled out, and there's so much of that going on here. And I mean, legitimate. What's this you've found here, Vin?
Just read what I said about the NHS. It's like,
why is a well-funded health service turning away people who need treatment, you may ask? It's because our infrastructure can't cope with the artificial population growth, plus mismanagement of NHS resources on non-health related projects and personnel. Oh yeah, that last part especially. Wow.
I'm just at the minute. I'm just dangling the hook out and the carrot for the communists to come to those comments and try and refute them, but they don't. Because know it's true.
Amazing, isn't it? I mean, even on your channel, you've had a bit more pushback.
We'll talk about that one. Talk about that one, the police, because this is an interesting one. This is something that I can add to this one.
Should I play it?
Right. So, have you heard about this one, Tom?
No. Should I play the video or?
Right. So what happened was the police were actually ambushed, and a guy with a knife stabbed a police officer in the neck while he was dealing with a road traffic accident. That looks to me like it was a setup to ambush the police. Now, this is an important thing, because if this had been military personnel that they recruited, our heads would have been on a swivel and we would have been thinking there's something not right about this. But because they have police who are trained to police a high trust society, which is no longer the case, we're a low trust, dangerous society now. This is what I just play the video and show people what actually happened.
Okay.
It's absolutely disgusting. And the higher ups are actually putting the police their officers in danger now.
Right. Okay. Let's make this big if I can.
Watch that guy. You see that? They're just not equipped to deal with the threat. Right, for one thing, just go back. Just go back to the beginning and pause it, Tom. I want to tell you something.
Okay.
Right, so my head at this point will be on a swivel because we're like, what is going on here? He's not even watching for anybody coming up from behind him at all.
No, he's not.
There's no operational awareness on the ground. If this was military personnel, if they're recruiting from the military, they would be while you're dealing with that, you would have your mate watching your back.
He doesn't see until
he's
what's
right on him.
Yeah, there.
He's right on him.
There, after it's actually happened.
Yeah,
Wow.
they're just not operationally aware when they're doing things, and this is just poor training. Absolutely poor training. His mate should be watching his back. His mate should be watching his back at all times to make sure he's safe, and vice versa.
Well, they could have got torn apart, couldn't they?
Pretty well. The guy got stabbed in the neck and the arm. So really,
that's what happened. He got stabbed.
Yeah, he got stabbed in the neck and the arm. Yeah,
that's why they. Oh, jeez, Jesus.
Yeah, and the taser didn't even stop him because he's wearing a thick coat, and they're very ineffective tasers.
I've noticed. I wondered like what was going on with that. Have they nerfed them or something? So
they're just not equipped to deal with the situation that we have in this country anymore. Unfortunately, they're really not.
Jesus Christ.
It's got to a point now, Tom, where we have to say the police can no longer protect us in society. They can't protect us from the growing threat, and the threat is going to get worse and worse and worse as we go on. That to me was a setup. It looked like a setup to me from the very beginning because it looked like a fake accident. Because why would somebody randomly come with a knife and stab a police officer?
Yeah,
it had to be planned.
Yeah, true. What was the chance of that being off the cuff? Nah.
That's set up. That's been communicated. That's been communicated to say, right, we set it up. The police are here. Take them out.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
But that what it comes down to is instinct, right? Because you can't train instinct into people. So if you have people that have been to Afghanistan or Iraq, that instinct is there. They're always on alert. They're always looking around for trouble. They're always looking around for the threat.
I was going to ask,
police don't do that.
Why is he not constantly looking around him, even though he's talking? Even I do that, and I'm not trained.
Tom, it's the buddy system. So you're watching their back, they're watching your back. You're constantly watching to make sure there's no threats around you. And they failed. That was a failure.
So he was failed. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Neville is still being smashed everywhere by everybody.
He's an idiot. He's a moron, isn't he?
Yeah.
Rightly so.
You got the fuck it, Israel, fuck Palestine. I mean, that really gets us in. Gets us a long way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's actually not too bad today. There are some days where it is just vile on here, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Hang on. Oh no, that's.
I don't think a day goes by where it's not. There's been some kind of Islamic incident, or somebody's been raped, or somebody's been hurt or injured, or something like that.
Can I make another point about AI? By the way, AI video generation. So. I'm not about AI itself, just video generation. So don't worry, people. Don't switch off. I'm not. I'm not going to go on about AI. The other thing. Let me just change this a second. The other thing about AI video creation is like these things like Veo and that. I think people are using multiple different bits of software or something to make the videos they're making, because I tried Veo, and when I tried to make, say, Darth Vader, or when I tried to make Obi-Wan, or if I tried to make Owen Jones or whatever else, it will refuse to make the videos because they are known characters or people. I can't make anything with it. So whatever these people are using, whatever AI or whatever else they're using, It's nothing that I use or even know how to do. Just to be very clear, I don't know how they're doing it, but there must be some skill to it for them to be able to pull it off, because it's literally, I mean, it's ridiculous. Imagine giving you the power to make anything and then say we're going to take the power to make anything away from you.
Yeah.
But there you
But
go.
saying that, right, I think I don't know if we discussed this on last time I was on a live stream, because we were talking about media, weren't we? We were talking about the way Hollywood's going and that sort of thing. I don't think it was you was talking about. I think it was just in one of my live streams. And I said that the movie industry in the next 50 years is going to be irrelevant, because with the onset of VR and AI, you combine that, you'll be able to make your own movies in your living room, and you will be able to be in your own movie. It'll make going to the cinema obsolete. They will no longer exist. It'll be like the old, it'll be like the theatre, how the theatre was, and now that dwindled down, went to the movie theatre.
I'll tell you what, though, Vin, I hold some hope, because what I realised is from the people that come into our channels, take our ideas and then use them on bigger platforms, is most people haven't got a single solitary fucking original idea of their own. So
I've noticed that. You know what?
Yeah.
I've noticed that as well. The bigger channels will feed off the smaller channels, take their ideas, and then pump it with their own idea. I've seen that a lot of times, and I've seen some. I'm not going to mention the names. I've seen some bigger channels use my videos word for word,
yes,
and they don't think I've noticed, but I have.
yes,
Use it word for word. And fair
yes.
enough, I don't mind doing that. The message is getting out. I don't care.
Same,
But
same.
don't claim that you've got an original idea, or don't claim you're intellectually clever, because you're not.
And I've had the same thing with me. And I've even had, before people call it conspiracy theory, people have told me, where, you know, we used to take your ideas and use them. We used to like a lot of your ideas, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's been admitted to me. So it's not a conspiracy theory. It's a fact that I know from the people that have taken the videos, and not taking the video, but taken the ideas from the videos. We are being farmed constantly. So the person asked, did the officer die?
I don't know. I think it's just recently. I think he was taken to hospital. I know he was stabbed in the neck. I know he was stabbed in the arm. I think he got slashed on the arm. Which, Tom, is important, because we mentioned this earlier when we were talking privately about the gauntlets. The police should have the Kevlar gauntlets. Gauntlets, and they should now have the stab-proof vest, where the sleeve comes up the neck to protect the neck from getting stabbed in the neck as well. Those versions of Kevlar body armor are just not good enough for this environment anymore. They're not.
So the Kevlars aren't. They're not, because of the face and that.
It's a specific design of their Kevlar. It should, in Iraq, we had a Kevlar sleeve that came up to protect the neck as well from shrapnel, and that's what they need now. Because if somebody comes behind and tries to stab you in the neck, then it should be protecting your jugular vein around this side, and it just doesn't do that.
We're in right now, mate. And the thing is, so that video that you highlighted, where you got the person there attacking the police officer, I think you must have done the same as me. Have you ever heard of a channel called Sean Jones, Liverpudlian? He covers fighting. It's just a lot of channels that don't normally cover politics, and I'm thinking about doing it one day, just spending, because a lot of time people don't realize I set myself very short time limits. Like the animations, that animation was done in less than 2 hours. I set myself time limits for certain goals. So I was going to give myself an hour to, I've forgotten what I was talking about. What was I just talking about?
It was talking about and fighters, and about a fighter or something that does videos on politics.
Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah. And there's other channels like it, and what they're showing is from one end of this country to another. I could make videos like yours and spend an hour doing it, and I could create probably a far longer than an hour video of just constant violence that's happening in this country, and very little of it by indigenous peoples. There's so much of it now.
What a lot of people don't realise is it's not the big knives you need to worry about, it's the scalpels. If they've got scalpels, then it's just one little nick on your jugular vein and you're dead. You're gone. You're done for. Yeah. Or just your carotid artery, you're done for.
And the other way, the way they stab people, it's not it's You
Yeah,
know,
exactly. Yeah, it's frenzy. I mean, look at that guy. Look at that guy who was on London Bridge. Yeah, he masking taped knives to his hands so he couldn't drop them. So all he was doing was stabbing, and he couldn't drop them out of his hands. They couldn't be physically taken out of his hands, and that's the worry with me, that these people just go to the
yeah,
extremes now.
yeah. I just realized we're going out on Getter and X and YouTube. So for YouTube, yeah, we're not ingratiating the I don't know if that's the right word, the knife crime. Like we're actually fighting against it. So please don't be because we're saying stab. I know that word triggers them so much, but
Yeah,
it's relevant in the context.
yeah. We're talking about protecting people, not harming
Yeah,
people.
yeah, exactly. And the best ways in which, I mean, there's a again. Is it Charlie? Someone? No, that's a different guy. There's a guy that goes around and he's got I think they may have just split, but he's got a bodyguard with him. But the bodyguard's not a big meaty guy. He's got a tall guy, sort of unshaven, and what he does is he normally throws kicks, because he said if you throw kicks, you got less chance of ending up in prison yourself. He said you're going to hit someone hard, and he said, and if you're a fighter and they're not, he said they're gonna think twice.
Yeah, you talk about Frederick.
Yes,
Charlie. Yeah,
yes, and his methodology is brilliant, and feel free to bring it up if you can, Vin. But yeah,
yeah. Slap, don't punch. If you slap,
yes,
it won't cause as much damage as if you punch somebody. Never punch somebody. A punch can kill. Even an untrained person can kill somebody with a punch.
yeah.
Slap them, kick them, less damage. Less
So
damage to them.
he does a thing where he'll have him at length of his arm and tell him not to cross it, and that usually works. If it doesn't work, then he'll push him back. If that doesn't work, or if they start with their eyes darting around and it looks like they've got carrying a weapon or something, he'll either give them a kick to the guts or a teep, or he will slap them around the face, disorientate them, and take all the fight out of them because they weren't really up for the fight.
I will say this:
Charlie V.
he's a CPO of the SIA. Now there is a difference between military CPO.
Of the SIA. Okay.
Yeah, there's a difference between military CPO and SIA CPO.
Right.
So, SIA CPO is civilian. It's a civilian training, whereas I've had the military version of that.
Right.
So I'm not trained to take prisoners. I'm trained to kill them.
right. And that's an important distinction. Yeah.
It's like, so.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's if anybody came at me with a knife, I wouldn't hesitate. It would be the last thing they ever did. Simple as that. Because and even in our own law, it states you can use reasonable force against an attacker, and it's equal reasonable force. So if their intention is to kill you, you can use equal force against them to stop that from happening.
So
that's something that's something people seem to forget when they talk about reasonable force. They think reasonable force is just the mildest form of force you can use. Not necessarily, and it depends on the situation. So long as you deal with the situation and you walk away, if you knock somebody to the floor and you go in and start kicking them whilst they're down, then that becomes ABH. So just bear that in mind. That the sole purpose of reasonable force is to eliminate the threat and remove yourself from the situation.
Yeah,
that's what you have to do.
I was protecting a woman that was being beaten, she was 4 months pregnant, and what I did was constantly try and de-escalate. I took some damage myself in the process, and I still tried to de-escalate. And when the police came out at the end of it all, I'd been through quite a battering, and they said, "You've got a bit of an idea of what it's like to do our job." They said, "What you've done tonight takes a lot of control because you have given the amount of force that you needed to, without going overboard." And what you said about the knife, if someone's coming at you with a knife and you knock them clean out and cause them any kind of damage, well, you've used your fist, they used a knife, so
yeah, exactly.
You haven't even used the same force.
Yeah, but I would advise in that situation, just run. If anybody comes at you with a knife, just run. Just get out. Just get out of the situation. You're not going to win in that. If you're unarmed, you're not going to win in that situation. Don't try to disarm them. Run away.
Don't try.
That's your best form of defense.
Don't try and be a martial artist.
Because, like I said, if it's a very sharp knife, it only takes a nick to a jugular vein. It only takes a nick to any artery, and you're done for. You are gone. Unless they can get to your hospital really quickly, it's not good that you'll probably survive it. You probably won't.
And as a result of that, it doesn't even need to be an intentional killing blow that causes it.
No. Knives are pretty lethal anyway, especially if they're using the serrated edges ones, which like it causes a lot of damage on the way in, causes a lot of damage on the way out. So
yeah.
And apparently they're deliberately sharpening these knives beyond what they should be sharpened for anyway.
Really?
Yeah, when they go to attack people. They're not just sharp. They're properly on angle grinder type sharp. Razor sharp to a point where they're like scalpels, like giant scalpels. So they will cause a lot of damage.
What do you think about the idea of guns in this country, Ben? I mean, I know the idea that there's no guns in this country is silly, right? But I mean, how many guns do you think there are in this country?
There are a lot of guns in this country.
Ex-military?
A lot of guns. Oh yeah, you're talking automatic weapons definitely in this country. Automatic weapons, rifles, pistols. Don't forget, right? But when we talk about the law, it's only the law-abiding people that obey the law. Criminals don't care about the law, so they'll just have whatever they want all over the country. So it's just not reported heavily on.
Yeah.
Sheffield, every single weekend, there's a shooting in Sheffield. Every single weekend.
Yeah. And the people that I've known, not known personally, but known to have guns, a lot of times are out on farms. And I don't mean shotguns, I'm talking about military guns, but often they're out in big spaces where they can still get away with having those kinds of things.
I know the doorman in Sheffield, and they tell me it's like it's not a good weekend unless they've been shot at least once.
What the?
So I've been to venues in Sheffield where they just there's bullet holes in the door. Bullet holes in the door. What happens is a blacked out car will just pull up, a shotgun will just pop out the window, and they'll just take a shot at them because they've been kicked out. Because they've been kicked out of. I was doing my SIA training about 2 years ago. I was walking in Sheffield. I had to stay in a hotel because it was a 2-day course, and I was walking up to get something to eat from a restaurant. And I was walking past a bus stop. The wind blew this guy's jacket open, and he had a gun tucked down his pants in his trousers. And it's like that's just how.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So with the SIA thing, and I know obviously I'm not asking you to speak bad about them or anything else. Are they still? Because when I was younger, my friend was doing all that kind of work, and he had to have the SIA stuff. And I remember his conduct was very important. Any misconduct was super important. And then I thought about some of the people that I seen with that badge over at the migrant hotels, and I wondered if the quality of the people with the badge has gone down, or is that just my perception?
It depends on the training, as always. It depends on the training, where you get the training, who you do the training with. If it's government training, it's shit. If it's through the job centre, it's usually shit because they just give them away like confetti. They even help the people with the answers. So everybody gets a pass because the company only gets paid for how many people pass the course. So it's in their best interest that everybody in that course passes the test. So they just hand out the answers. Everybody passes. In the beginning, the SIA was a good thing because it did regulate the security industry.
Yeah.
It stopped the criminals being in security. But now it's gone too far, like all things. Now it's gone to a point where it just ties security officers' hands so they can't even do their job anymore. We're not allowed to detain people. We're not allowed to put hands on them. We're just basically deterrent. You just stood there. Sorry, Ben. They may as well just get cardboard cutout police officers like you see in the shops, like you see in the 80s.
So if someone touches you or refuses to leave, you can't grab them and move them anymore.
We can use reasonable force, but that's frowned upon. You're most likely to lose your job if you put hands on somebody, even to defend yourself.
But I thought so it's like, because I thought the idea was you can ask someone to leave, and then if they don't leave, you can forcibly remove them.
The way I've handled it in the past to get around that is to go and get a manager and go to the person if it's being like antisocial behaviour in the store or whatever. I will say, right, are you removing this person's implied rights of access? And the manager will say yes. At that point, then they're trespassing. So then I've got more power. I could like escort them out and say, you're trespassing. I can use reasonable force to remove you from the store now. And that's what I do, escort them out.
Right. So
That's
it's
what getting
kind of
around
like
it.
you need to clear that kind of legal loophole first to make sure you don't get. Okay, that makes sense. And does that still stand today?
Yeah, but about a year ago, I had let's say a left-wing TikToker come in live streaming. She was causing havoc in the store with her pro-Palestine rhetoric, and people were coming up and saying, "Can you remove her?" I says, "I can't remove her because she's not done anything yet." So I went up. I went up to the store manager. I said, "Look, this person is being disruptive. Local security's gone because we have a town security as well. We have walkie-talkies. They get in touch with you to alert you of any threats." So they got on to my radio and says, "This person's on the way to your store. She's coming through. She's disruptive. Keep an eye on her." So I did that. I was following around the store, and then she was going up to customers, annoying them. So I said, "Right, that's it. That's where I draw a line now." I went up to the manager and said, "Right, can you withdraw her implied rights of access?" They did that, and she wouldn't leave. So I just like grabbed her by the scruff of the neck and just like, "Here you go, out you go."
Brilliant. No, it's interesting to hear how it all kind of works. And that's what I was going to ask as well. So, have you ever? I imagine this isn't a good thing, but have you ever been at work and anybody ever recognized you from what you do?
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Shit! That must not be a good thing.
That's why I lost my job in my last place I was working at.
Oh no!
Yeah, they complained. They said he's a right-wing fascist, and it says, "Yeah, I lost my job because of that." It was actually somebody. It was the person. Have you seen the video of the person who came across to me at the protest, at one of the May protests? He came across. He deliberately walked across the road. And they did the usual anti-far thing where they turn around and put their backpack to you, try and push you out the way.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that video of him doing that to me?
I think so. If it rings a very strong bell, it can't be the.
He got a better. He was anti-far. He had the anti-far badge on.
Yeah.
And he came up to me, and he first off, I did everything right because I was establishing a right to self-defense. He didn't know that's what I was doing, but that's what I was doing. So I moved out of the way, and I allowed it. I was videoing it all the time. Body cam was on. He came towards me, and I said, I moved out of the way. So that's me de-escalating the situation. I've moved out of his way. Now he can't claim I've started anything. And then he came to me again. And this time, he really shoved into me with his bag. So I just went like that. And he went flying. And he said, he had the audacity to come back to me, Tom. And he said, "You can't push me." He walked across the road from about 100 meters away. In a completely devoid, there was nobody standing around. It wasn't crowded or anything, and he stood in front of me and backed into me.
They've had it done to me, mate. They literally stand in front of you, then start walking backwards and stepping on your feet and stuff. It's I'll tell you what, Ben. I'll tell you a quick story, right? I don't know if I've ever told anyone this before. Like, people think that when I've been at the demos and that I've been all like out of trouble and that. And, I don't ever cause trouble or anything like that. But there's been a couple of times where I've had to defend myself. Yes, and that isn't been on camera exactly. But
you could actually get it up. You could get it up if you wanted to. It's on my Rumble channel. It's Vindicator Vengeance on Rumble. If you want to go and look at it, because it is quite funny.
So and I was at this this demo, and this, I think it was Mainstream Media guy. He had, when they got these massive cameras.
Yeah.
And he's holding this camera, and it was a prop. I don't know what, because he kept stepping on the back of my feet. And at first I thought it was an accident, but he kept doing it harder and harder, and he was really hurting me. And I realized it was deliberate, and I didn't know if it was like either a left-wing guy pretending to have a camera, or whether it was just, I didn't know what he was. What I knew was he was hurting me, and it was getting worse, and he actually made my feet start to bleed at the back. That's how bad it got. So I lost my rag, took one step, because he had the whole camera like this. He couldn't see because his arrogance had blinded him as well. So I took one step back, put my foot in front of his front foot, and then put all of my weight behind his back and shoved him forward. I thought I'd killed him, Vin. the
That's what you have to do.
the weight of his camera meant that there was nowhere he could go but smashing forwards, camera first. I thought I'd killed him.
It's the only thing you can do, mate. It really is with
What's
them
it called,
because they just don't learn.
No, and the thing is, I think I told him to stop as well. You know.
I'm looking for the link so I can send it to you, mate. Yeah, see if I can find it. Yeah, it's on here somewhere. Content. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. Do you want me to send you a link on Twitter so you can show it?
Yeah, or put it in the. If you put it in the.
I can't put anything in the chat.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, put it in X. And just realised. Hang on a minute. I can't. Can I access X from this machine? We'll find out. Let's find out. My stuff's all over. Now I've got a webcam to find. I can't believe I lost my webcam. How can you lose a webcam? Yeah, I can't believe I did that.
Why won't it let me post links? Have this happened to you that you can't post links into?
Not yet. No. That's
that is weird. Hang on.
I've had that with other sites.
That is really strange. Right, I bet I have to share it. You have to share everything nowadays, don't you? Oh, that's right. I have to share it to the actual thing.
You know, you've got the ability to share screen your end, yeah?
I haven't.
You haven't?
No, I don't think I've logged in properly, mate. To be honest with you.
Right. Oh, do you know what I reckon's happened? Did I set you up with a login and then accidentally send you a guest link or something stupid like that?
I don't know.
We'll figure it out off air. But sorry about that.
I'll send it to you. Right, this should do it now. Right, I should be able to send it to you now, mate. Right, that's it. It should be in your direct message thing on X. The link to it.
Yeah, bringing it up now. So let me just share that. By the way, again, I'm so sorry for the technical problems, everybody, today. Like I say, losing my microphone, my webcam freaked me out. And I was trying to get so much ready for today, and I said to Vin, I need everything just laid out. So I said to Danny Russell as well. So just walk in, do my live stream, walk out instead of rushing around at the last minute. So I will take a lot from today and I will improve. I promise you. And also as well, to be honest, I don't use the studio enough.
So when we talk about it, this guy came into the shop where I was working and he recognized me immediately and started giving me abuse on the door while I was doing my job. And he obviously complained. This is him. Yeah, this is him. Yeah, that's him.
Tell me when to go.
Yeah, go, mate. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So,
Is it actually playing?
Yeah. Can you not see it?
No, I can't see it. No.
Can't see it. It's doing that thing it did last time again. I'll stop sharing it again. Let's try resharing 1 second. Bear with me, Vin. It may. I'll tell you what. I reckon it's because this didn't follow the link through to Rumble. So let's try resharing.
That happens to be on StreamYard a lot. It doesn't follow link through. Lots of people say it's not playing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's happened here. So that should you have it now?
Yeah, that's it.
Right.
See what you think to this one. He spots me straight away. Right, that's him there. He spotted me straight away. Look, he's looking directly at me.
Full screen. Come on. Full screen. Right. Okay.
It's on topic as well because you're a communist.
At me. I've been spotted
He
already,
goes
guys.
over and the
Communists don't like people.
So go on, Vin.
So he goes over and he point. Look, that's him there. There's a guy with the high vis vest on, and that's the guy next to him there in the middle. He went over to tell his mate that I was actually there at the. This is the May Day protest, by the way. This used to be the
And that guy with the white T-shirt walking past was part of it as well, yeah?
No, it's just these two in the middle. It's the guy with the high shoes on and the guy with the black coat on in the middle of the screen right now.
Right. And those are the two, they were pointing right at you, weren't they?
Yeah. He gave him the finger.
Okay. Oh, we didn't realise that. Okay.
People like freedom.
The reason it's so shaky is because the zoom right in.
Yeah, I was going to say, maximum zoom. Always does that. Here he comes. Here he comes.
There he comes.
Oh my God.
What are you trying to do, mate? You're on camera, mate. Fuck off.
What are you pushing me for? You can't push me.
I can push you, mate. Get out of my way. What are you so intimidated about, mate? What are you so intimidated about? So you've got
Intimidation is going to a hotel full of vulnerable people and filming outside in order to intimidate them.
Oh, right. You're one of them, are you? Right, okay. Illegal immigrants, you mean?
Nobody who crosses the channel is illegal.
Of course they are,
Oh my
mate. They haven't got a passport.
Nobody who crosses the channel is illegal.
Yeah.
What?
They're illegal. Just for your information, mate, that's not doing anything. Sorry. Stand there all you want, mate.
You call us the great unwashed and you stink.
You are the great unwashed, mate. You are the great
It must be
unwashed.
the stench of hate and racism that's emanating.
Mate, you're the one that came across here with anger. You're the one that came across here with anger, not me. Yeah? Yeah, that guy's a communist, no better than the Nazis. Yeah. It's amazing how they can't tolerate just one person, isn't it?
Oh my God, he didn't see you coming, did he? Did he? Oh my God, that's brilliant. And the crazy thing is, even if it wasn't you, Vin, who's more than prepared for these people, what did he think the best to come out of that was?
The thing is, mate, I'm about 5'10", but the thing is, I'm 5'10" and trained, and people like that just don't intimidate me. It's like you could bring 3 people of them over and try and intimidate me. I won't give a toss because I know I can deal with them. And that's not me being big-headed. That's just me being confident in myself and my ability.
Yeah, and that's
100%.
I think that's what will disturb people like them, is that they're used to getting away with just like you say, using perhaps size as an intimidation factor, but that doesn't work on people who can look after themselves because they've got that self-confidence, so they don't.
It was the audacity to say to me after he walked all the way across there to me and said, "You can't push me." It's like, yeah, I can.
Yeah, and the thing, but guys, if like, I'm sure everybody is watching or will watch later on will see how childish that was. He's not the only one. Like that's what they do. They come and they come and stand in front of you. And if Vin hadn't risen to him, he would have either tried to snatch a camera or stand on Vin's feet. It wouldn't have stopped until Vin pushed it. Vin was right. You were right to push him because he was going to get physical.
Well, he was physical. His bag was pushed on my chest. Yeah, the minute he got into my personal space, that's it. I'm going to react to you. And you can preemptively attack to stop an attack happening, to push them out of the way, to let them know, no, that's your personal space over there. Don't come into mine because this is what you'll get.
I'll tell you what, I was laughing for a lot of that. That was a good video. That was funny. It was funny just because the thing is as well, I could hear you laughing, and I'm knowing you are genuinely not even remotely rattled. You're actually just thinking, what a dickhead. You know, it's so. And the brilliant part was when you got he stood there in front of you and you got the thing like that and you go, just to let you know, mate, what you're doing ain't working.
Yeah.
He's got this fucking camera hanging over him. Brilliant. And you can only do that if you're calm. You can only get
exactly.
that.
Yeah. You know what? A lot of my subscribers say, how the hell do you stay calm? I said, I've had people shooting at me, and I've stayed calm. This is nothing. This is really nothing. If you can stay calm in that situation, you will always rule the day. You always will, because if they get angry, they've lost it. They've got no control over themselves. And if you stay calm, you've got total control over yourself, and you can avoid them. You can you can do all what you want all day. I'm not getting angry. You don't intimidate me.
You've always said to me, don't interrupt people while they're making a mistake. And literally getting these people to open their mouths while you don't is them making a mistake, because they just bury themselves.
You know, I would love, mate, I would love for you to be able to come up to that was a socialist gala. I would love for you to come up to it and just come there with me, because it's so much fun. Because there's only me there, but I'm a permanent thorn in their side all day. I went down to their stalls. I ripped the crap out of them on the stalls about communism, and to a point where they were like raging at me.
I could come up and do it. I'll be your cameraman today, so you're completely free to talk.
Yeah, it's so funny, mate, because they don't like it. I had a guy with a bullhorn in my mouth, but because I'm military, I was louder than his bullhorn, and he couldn't shout over me. Like, I don't know what to do. It's just funny. They're just funny
they really
people.
don't know what to do with guys like you, do they? They're stuck.
No, they don't.
Because you've got you're world experienced people, and they are the complete opposite of that. They've got no idea about how to handle people like you.
Obviously, the only way they could get the better of me was in this year's May Day Gala, was they had to come from behind and steal my phone. That's the only way they could silence me that day. And they're criminals, absolute criminals, and they justify it. They justify
but all that
by
behavior to them is totally justified. It's totally justified.
Oh, yeah.
And it's amazing. See, they can do stuff like that. They're not remotely interested in the law until it suits their purpose, and then they're all on it.
The interesting thing is, those events are never policed. There's no police in sight. There's no police in sight on those days, on the Communist Gala thing. If that was patriots doing a patriot mark or doing a patriot gala, it would be policed up to the hill completely.
And this is the other thing as well. Is I keep saying why we should do stuff around the country and not just keep going to London, where they've got the most fortified and most experienced police force to divide us in the country, whereas places all around the country that need attention and that would show
I think what it is, we've got to stop looking at London as
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
we've got to stop looking. Yeah, we've got to stop looking at London as our capital city. It's a nation within a nation now, and it's got its own army, and that army is the Metropolitan Police, and that they are dead against you. They've got no sympathy towards you whatsoever. And that comes from the higher ups. The police can be sympathetic towards you, but at the end of the day, they will follow orders no matter what. And we've seen it time and time again.
Yeah.
Because look at NIAC. Look at NIAC, constantly arrested for no reason at all.
And like you've taken away the one part of it with the police, but they are they're violent towards us as well. When we go up there.
I was saying in the comments the other day that we're living in very dangerous times because we've got a poorly trained police force that's drunk on power, and that's a dangerous combination.
That's actually very true. I mean, I don't. It's different. So, like where I live, sort of in the Hampshire area, the police. You know, a lot of people slag them off. The police are very different, and I've always said they're not ready for us to come down and do demos, and that was proven when Nick Tenconi come down. I had to not point out to a police officer, but stand in front of him and point out to my viewers that because the police the line was so sloppy, that the Antifa were gradually moving together as hooded guys behind their own crowd, and they were going to come around and attack us from the other side because they're just not used to it.
I saw that video of yours, and it was the same in Nottingham.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, it was the same in Nottingham. I had to go up to police and say, "You've left your middle flank completely unpoliced. Antifa are now marching right up the middle section, and they're going to be right in the middle of the protest in about 5 minutes. You need to do something about it."
Yeah. So you saw that video of mine. If I hadn't have said that, they would have come and caused damage from that flank, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
And you saw that you saw them getting arrested. You saw they tried it, yeah.
Oh yeah, this is what made me angry though. This is the thing. Carl Benjamin. I know I'm going to talk about Carl Benjamin again. When he says Antifa aren't a thing, yes they are. They're well organised. They have leadership and they're well funded, and they've been recruiting. They've been growing their ranks. So you know we know that Carl Benjamin. We know he doesn't go on protest. We know he's not on the front line or anything like that. He has no clue about what's going on the streets of this country. They're well organised and they have leadership. In fact, my video, when I was at Nottingham protest, I was pointing out who the leader was because I saw him several times during the day giving orders to different groups of people that were trying to outflank the police. They were oblivious to this. The police are oblivious because they don't think like in military terms, like the enemy. Where's the enemy going to move to? What are they going to do? They don't think like that.
They're going to keep changing their names. Hope Not Hate, Antifa, all these people that are all in league. But at the end of the day, rebranding or whatever, they're still the same people and they're still doing the same things. In fact, what they do is disgusting because things like Hope Not Hate act like they're a charity and they're actually funding activism. But they tell people that they're using it to help poor people.
It's the same with Stand Up to Racism. They're funded by the Socialist Workers' Party. That's who they are, the Socialist Workers' Party. Yeah. Stand Up to Racism is just camouflage for what? For communism. That's all they are.
And everybody knows that Communist Workers' Party is a bit of a joke, middle class, working class, which is the joke, capitalist hating people. But also, you look at the Donald Trump rally, the anti-Donald Trump rally that they did. When I went there, the smallest group of people was the Socialist Workers' Party, and I went over to them, had a reasonable conversation with one of them, and I said to them, "Do you realise that I am sort of a part of the Tommy Robinson sort of thing, and yet you've been talking to me fine, so perhaps we're not enemies." His mate come face in my face, growling at me, and I think what I was supposed to do was go, "Oh," or flinch, or run away, and because I stood there and said, "What the fuck are you doing?" The guy went back in the tent and stood there ignoring me, and I said, "Well, what were you going to do? What were you going to?" And he said, "Leave." And I said, "Well, you've just proven you're not man enough to make me. So what are you going to do now?" And he had nothing to say, but he was full on in my face, trying to intimidate me for just saying.
This is what they do, though, mate. This is what they do. They right. I'll send you another link. I know we're showing some of my videos, but
that's fine.
I want to show you some of the interactions I've had with these people. So this was a debate I had with a lefty. This is probably the one and only time I've ever had a debate with one of them, because most of the time it's just futile. There's no point. But I'll show you this one as well. It's the reaction at the end. It's the reaction at the end that always gets me.
We're going for, is it through X again?
Yeah, I'll do it through X again.
Okay.
Yes. So I'll send it to you direct message again.
Okay.
There we go.
We finally got the technical stuff. I shouldn't say it until the end, should I? Right. Okay.
Right. It should be in there now, mate.
Okay, bring it up now. Let's just have a look at the share screen. All right, let me bring that up first, so that's there. Right. I reckon that's what went wrong last time. So let's try that. Do a direct share from Rumble.
Just listen to how she debates. That's the most important part of this.
Right. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
All right, so today we're going to be covering a protest by Stand Up to Racism, and they
don't forget I do these things on my own. I just went on my own.
They're saying that refugees are welcome. They're not really refugees; they're illegal immigrants, and they're protesting the fact that the government wants to deport them to Rwanda and process them in that country so that they can't abscond while they're being protested, because that's what a lot of these illegal immigrants do, as we've seen from the supposedly refugee centres where they put them up in hotels. They just walk out of the hotels and just, go about their merry business, and nobody knows who these people are. They don't know their backgrounds because they ditch all their personal information when they come to these shores. They've got mobile phones when they come here, and they ditch their passports and everything. So why would people come into this country, who want to come to this country peacefully, ditch their passports? So they come to that little virtue signalling, as you can see.
Oh my God, I love it.
They didn't know I was filming at this point. I was doing it covertly.
Got pictures of you standing in the
I was gonna
flower
say
pot,
it's an
Melvin.
absolutely massive turnout for stand up to racism. These are the people that would quite happily stand in front of police trying to do their job in deporting illegal immigrants. Not many ethnic minorities there. There's one. Look at the state of them.
Good point, though. No ethnic minorities. Good point. Oh, virtue signaling white people.
Yeah.
Sad.
Just doing their little bit of virtue signalling. And these people have turned up in Audis and really posh cars. So these are the type of people that uncontrolled illegal immigration isn't going to affect. One little bit.
Ain't that the truth?
I think that's the lady from the protest that told me to bugger off that time. Very nice young lady. I think I've been spotted again.
Oh, there you go.
See if we can get a reaction out of them. I've not approached them. These are the two ladies that turn up in that nice white Audi.
Oh, the arm's gone on the hip.
That's it. Come and get your
I
nice
never
little
approach
virtue
them.
signals
I always
out.
let them approach me.
Yeah, yeah. Staff meeting, staff meeting.
She's itching. Her and the wife's
Yeah.
itching to come over and speak to me, and she does in a minute.
Look. Another quick. Oh my god, they make it so obvious. You must, with your training as well, you must just stand there and laugh at all this because you must already know
Yeah,
what's
they
going to
spot me.
happen, how
Oh,
it's
yeah.
going to happen.
Yeah, I'm standing up like a sore thumb, mate, because I've got all my British Army gear on here.
Right. Oh, that's even better. There we go.
This is a probe. This is what we call a
I'm fine,
probe.
thank you. I'm all right. I'm just covering the protest. That's all right.
Covering for who?
Myself.
Oh, why are you interested in them?
Yeah, I am. I'm concerned about illegal immigration, like many people are in this country.
So you're objecting to what's going on?
Yeah.
Here, then,
I think a lot of people are in the same boat as me.
well, I guess everybody's got an opinion, haven't
That's
they?
right.
So
That's fine.
everybody's
Yes, fair enough.
entitled
Yeah,
to their
exactly.
opinion.
What was the point of that?
That was a probe. That was to find out why I was there,
They don't
mate.
like
That's
being
what that was
photographed.
for.
I'm do a little virtue signalling. Didn't approach them. They always approach me.
Good strategy though. Let them approach you.
That's it.
But they're
They've done a little
paranoid.
virtue
Half the
signal.
problem, isn't it?
It's all over and
They're
done with.
paranoid as hell, mate.
Yeah.
Just want to add, they advertised this
They could just ignore you.
24 hours ago. They got about 11 likes on the thing.
Yeah, they could just
Kind of makes you
ignore
wonder why they don't march around town and do this sort of thing. It's because they wouldn't get much support in the present climate with fuel going through the roof, and you know we have a social housing problem anyway, where people are on waiting lists for years, and these people just want to have more and more immigration coming in
So
on this.
subtle. So subtle. For all the looking they're doing, they might as well all just come over.
Yeah, it's amazing that one person can irritate them though, mate. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. Like either why not all come over or all just ignore you.
Yeah.
Strange. Very paranoid behaviour. Oh, she's
Yeah,
waving
film
at
me.
you.
You can go right ahead. You can film me all you like. Go all out in public. They're waving. They're in good spirits. And it's amazing how happy and cheerful they're about the destruction of our country. This is something I'm really strong about, and this is why I made the video yesterday about the homeless people, because these people forget about those people on the streets, that have been on the streets for 20 years that aren't getting the help that they really need, and instead we're paying above and over 5 million a day for these illegal immigrants to stay in these immigration centres that are 4-star hotels, and we're paying for that, we, the taxpayer, at a time when we could have reduced tax. We're paying for uncontrolled illegal immigration, and that's it, they're going in now. So there wasn't much interaction there with these people. They came over, they had a look, asked me what I was doing. That's fair enough. Curious.
I was going to say.
And that's it.
They tried to hide in this little enclave around here, so I just move across to the side of the road.
I see. Oh, and that's
getting all in, having a little virtue signal.
Yeah, because they're all, look at them, they're hiding from you. That's pathetic.
These are the people that this uncontrolled illegal immigration will never ever affect.
Look, I'm sorry, Vin, I'm sorry. Look, everybody, look, they're all huddled. They're all huddled behind that container, hiding from a Vin, the evil cameraman.
They're really posh cars and stuff to come and virtue signal about everything. This is why the Labour Party isn't for the working class anymore. It's a champagne socialist party. I mean, social housing affects working class people, and they're all for it. They want even more uncontrolled immigration. These people, crazy.
They're all looking
at climate. Our infrastructure can't cope with our own population, and they just want to go ahead and just, you know, open the floodgates, really, to it all. They don't see the effects of it. That's the trouble. They'll virtue signal, but they don't see the effects of it. We've seen the horrific crimes that have been committed, the rapes in villages and stuff, the intimidation of the locals by people in these immigration centres.
Where are the people they're sticking up for?
No, there's nowhere to be seen, mate. They're literally virtue signalling in private.
More of it.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you want people to blame, just take a look at them.
New one.
She's got the face.
This is who you need to blame.
This is their best and brightest to
shit.
It's always the old ones.
Got somebody else going now.
Look at her. Oh, she means business, Finn. You're fucked now.
I think the best till last, though, mate. When the conversation.
What are you doing all this for? You wouldn't tell me last time.
Well, I don't need to tell you, do I?
No, of course you don't.
I'm out in public. I'm opposed to obviously what's going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't believe in uncontrolled illegal immigration.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm not far right or anything like that. Believe it or not, I've done far right rallies because I'm a centrist. I'm in the middle. All right. I'm neither left nor right. I've got a little bit of both, and I think that's the best place to be in these situations. And I think the extremes of both. I think the extremes of both can be dangerous, don't you?
2 years because I've definitely moved to the right now, mate.
Yeah, but what about the extremes of left? Because they're obviously quite. I mean, if you look at the extremes of left, you look at communism. The extremes
but we
of.
haven't got communism here. In fact, to be honest, where have we got communism? North Korea.
All over my fucking comments.
Korea, you've got it. Yeah, you've had it in Venezuela. It didn't quite go as well there, did it?
It's debatable. Communism won't go well.
Yeah, I think, but you can't deny that, you know, extremism on the left isn't bad as well, because you've got communism, 90 million dead. You know, so.
And how many million dead from the far right? And America getting involved with everything.
Zero. You're looking at zero because they're a minority. They're a fringe movement.
No, I mean.
You're looking at massive regimes over the years. 90 million dead. You can't dismiss that. I mean, I look at Hitler. Yeah, he's a really bad guy, but he's nothing compared to what Stalin did to his people.
Oh yeah, Stalin was terrible.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But that's got
Step Stalin is terrible, but you then perpetrate his sorry, I forgot what the word is, but it begins with P. It's gone from me, but you're proliferating his ideology and stuff like that.
Very far away from immigration.
I don't think so. I don't think in this present situation where we're just recovering from a pandemic and our infrastructure's pushing to the limit. Uncontrolled immigration is not a really good idea, is it?
We haven't got uncontrolled immigration.
We have. I mean, I went down to Dover and I was watching it myself, and they were landing uncontrollably. There was no border force. They were landing on the beach. We don't know where these people come from, do we?
Yeah, Cali.
Yeah, but we don't know where they come from after that, do we?
No, you mean before that?
Yeah, because a lot of them come across illegally. on the dinghies. They ditch their identification. Why they do that, I don't know.
What we have got coming in at the moment.
What?
You probably won't agree with me.
What?
We've got a lot of people coming from the Ukraine that are coming in under false pretences.
Oh, well, I'd agree with that as well. Yeah, I'd agree with you on that.
I can tell you
And
that for sure.
I think that's putting pressure on. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but at a time that we're in now, we're just
That's called whataboutism.
recovering from this massive thing we've just gone through. Taxes are going through the roof. We're in an energy crisis. We've got a fuel crisis.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have voted them in.
Hey.
Shouldn't have voted Brexit. Shouldn't have voted them in.
Well, it would have been even worse state if we hadn't voted for Brexit.
Rubbish.
Because the EU were demanded that we take a lot more immigrants than we have currently.
We didn't, did we?
Yeah, exactly, because we voted for Brexit.
No. Brexit was the worst thing this country.
Why was Brexit the worst thing we could vote for?
Leave because they were fundamentally racist.
Who was?
People that voted leave.
So
half the country.
Yeah,
Over
wait for
half
it.
the country.
17.4 million people are racist in this country. Then
Exactly.
I voted for Brexit, but I'm not. But I'm not a racist.
Of course you did.
How do
of course you are.
How am I a racist? Do you know me?
are.
Do you know me?
No.
Well, how can you say I'm a racist then?
Because, for one thing, you voted for Brexit.
That's not racist. That's a democratic vote.
Rubbish. It wasn't actually a democratic vote. It was an advisory
How is it racism? How am I? Am I being racist?
She just tried to split hairs. She said it wasn't a demographic vote. It was an advisory referendum achieved by democratic vote.
Yeah, what you're looking at is an ideologue.
You already have told me that you don't like immigrants.
No, I don't like immigration.
You don't like immigrants.
I don't.
Oh, she's doing the Kathy Newman. She's putting words in your mouth.
Like uncontrolled immigration.
You don't like immigration.
Yeah.
Right? You don't like immigration.
No, I don't like uncontrolled immigration. I agree in times of need that we need some immigration, but it has to be controlled.
And what's these times of need then? Because it's looking pretty much like we want some at the
Well,
moment.
every country needs a little bit of immigration, but at the minute it seems like the floodgates have been opened.
I don't know where you get these ideas from.
Well, I watched the news.
Oh
I watched the world.
Where you get these ideas from, Vin? Like,
I don't know. Maybe it's because I observe the world, mate.
I'll tell you what. I'd love to see her address, like not dox her, but I mean where she lives, to be so.
Oh, I know where she lives, mate. I know where she lives. She's upper middle class. But I get this stuff across, and she comes across with the same excuse because say, "Well, you take a refugee," and she says she doesn't have the room. Don't worry, mate. I get to that.
I watch what's happening.
Stop watching the news, maybe, and do a bit more thinking.
Oh my God!
I do a lot of thinking. I think maybe you should do a bit more thinking about how this country's struggling at the minute, and how the people of this country are struggling at the minute.
And why? Why are they?
Because the energy crisis and the infrastructure, we've got very, very little social housing at the minute. So where are these people supposed to go? Are you willing to take a refugee in?
I haven't got the room to take a refugee.
Well, there you go. So what happens then? They take up social housing that people in this country need. Yeah.
Your mod Steve made a great point about the women of this country that I hadn't taken on board, and she is a perfect example of it.
Yeah.
Do you know what happens to asylum seekers when they come here?
Yeah, I know what happens to them.
No,
Yeah,
what happens to them? You tell me.
Yeah, I used to work in a refugee centre.
You did, and
Yeah.
you're doing this.
Yeah,
I was security.
Because I see the behind the scenes of it all.
You're either very, very misguided.
I'm not misguided at all. I'm just informed.
No.
I'm just
you're
informed.
wrong. You're totally wrong.
Well, you came across here, you accused me of being a racist. You're wrong about that. Because I'm not a racist. I've never been a racist in my life.
Well, I would love to know.
Do you want to know what I did? Do you want to know what I did for a living for 5 years?
Yeah, go on, tell
I lived in Iraq. I was protecting the people of Iraq from the
you were in
Taliban.
the army?
No, I wasn't in the army. I was private security.
Leave it there. Leave it there. Say no.
Leave it there. Yeah, you just lost. You just lost. Leave it there.
More.
What? What's wrong with protecting people from the Taliban? Absolute bollocks. There you have it. That's what happens when you've. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when you lose the argument, you just walk away. And that's what happens when the far left try to debate with the far left. They call you a racist. They don't know you, and then
look how angry she's got herself. She came to you. She came to you and
Yeah.
she truly believed that talking to you like some condescending school teacher was going to have an effect. She didn't get what she wanted, and look how upset she's got herself. And I'd like to say I've never seen anything like this before, but this is every confrontation with the left, every single one.
You try and argue the point.
The thing is, mate, she thought she had me pegged when she came over.
Yeah.
She thought I was a far-right racist. That's
Yeah.
what she thought in her mind. And
Yeah.
the minute I brought up the fact that I was willing to put my life on the line for another culture, a different people, it blew her narrative out of the water, and she couldn't fight against that anymore.
Absolutely, and just the insistence on she's the sort of person that will pose as a good, reasonable person, but what she's just come over is called you racist because you're pointing a camera at people doing a protest. A protest, as someone quite rightly the other day pointed out, is something you think people would want cameras pointed at, regardless of which cameras they are.
But this is the thing about the far left, mate, and these people. They want total. This is what I said in my video the other day. This is why they stop people from talking, because they want total control of the narrative and the way the information is manipulated and how it's put out there. If you're an independent journalist filming them, they've got no control over that.
Yeah.
That's why they object to it all the time.
Yeah, I agree. Do we carry on this one, or stop there, or
Keep carrying a little bit. I don't
carry
think
on,
anything else happened. But I'm not sure because I've not seen it in
Points
ages.
with them, they
But
won't have it. So I was really respectful of these people, but you saw what happens. They immediately, everybody that voted for Brexit was a racist. How can you say that? How can you say that about 17.4 million people and say that they're all racist? That's their go-to answer for everything. Well, if we can't debate you, we'll just call you racist and try and shut you down. Unbelievable. And when I brought up the fact that when she was accusing me of racist, I was like trying to prove a point that I wasn't racist because, I went to Iraq for 5 years, private security. I was over there doing close protection, protecting infrastructure workers, that's Iraqis, from the Taliban. And then she has the nerve to call me racist. And then she says, that's the problem. You were in the army, you're private security. That's the problem. It's like, well, you didn't even give me an answer. You didn't even give me an answer to why that was a problem. You just walked off with your tail between your legs. Unbelievable. So I want to do a brief summary about the footage.
Can I just stop a second? Right. So I just want to say to other people out there, again, I don't know if people are going to see this video or not, but to other people out there watching this, the power as well of being by yourself. It can be a bit intimidating if it's the first time you've done it. But the power of going out there by yourself cannot be underestimated, because the left cannot debate. They can't debate one person, let alone two or three. And if you go by yourself, they will peg you as being in a vulnerable position, because they would be. And what they don't realize is our arguments will hold no matter how many of us are there. We don't need other people to have our arguments, to make our arguments, because they hold water no matter where you put them. These people don't have those kinds of arguments, so they'll see you alone, they'll come over in numbers at times, they'll try and shut you down, and you will find that you can actually debate all of them at the same time, because they're all saying the same old shit.
Did you spot my deliberate mistake I put in there just to see how informed she was about things as well? Because I said Taliban. Now, yes, I was over there and we were fighting against ISIS, and she didn't pick up on that at all. So that told me straight away that she had no clue about what was going on in the Middle East or anything like that. She had no clue at all. And that was a good indicator of that as well. It's like, right, let's see how you react to that. I always test them. They think I'm debating, but I'm actually testing their responses to what I'm actually saying to them.
And
she couldn't debate.
She thought she pegged you.
Yeah.
And she thought she was going to shame you. Upper middle class virtue signaling, so they have something to brag about at their next meeting. Yeah, because the thing of it is, they're staying outside a place waving those placards. I didn't even see any immigrants. Was that even an immigrant hotel? Were they just standing there outside a shop?
That's their meeting place. That's the stand up to racism.
So they're not even standing up anywhere against anything for anybody. They're just getting together for a group photo and calling it a protest, so they can put it on their newsletter and say, "Oh, we were protesting outside so and so."
They turn up their meeting and then they do their propaganda pieces outside where they are, and then they make out they're standing for something when they're not really.
Wow.
That's what they do. And that's why they were so adverse to me filming it, because me filming it is proving what they're doing, and they didn't like that. And that's after that event, that's when I started getting blacklisted for jobs, because they put my name out on WhatsApp groups and stuff like that to dox me, and that's when I stopped getting jobs. At that point, I knew at that point that's it. I'm done for it. And within this industry, I'm just done with it because they'll just smear me now. And people don't understand that. People don't get that we do, even though we're not risking. We risk everything by doing what we do. We do. Our livelihood, our way of life. But we have to do it because we have to get this message out to people. We really do.
That's why I liked what you said in a video you did. I don't know if it was yesterday before, but you're encouraging people, even the people that comment on videos, even the people that like and share videos, because it's true to give them the credit for the courage. Because a lot of people have told me, I'm scared of posting on your channel now. I'm scared of replying to things, and I understand it. But I thought you were right to give people encouragement because people will sort of say, oh yeah, armchair this, armchair that, even though we both go out and we go and do stuff. And it's like, actually what we do, especially now in today's climate, has become a bigger risk than ever, just to speak, let alone to attend these things.
There was a comment on my video from yesterday that made it all worthwhile for me. So this was a young teenager that's in a socialist communist family, and they feel like they're alone. And they said, watching your videos makes me feel like I'm not alone in this environment. And to me, it nearly brought me to tears. It's like, that's what it is. It makes it all worthwhile to hear that, to let people know that they're not alone, and that if you keep fighting, just hang in there. Things are going to be okay. We can get through this. We just need to rely on each other.
I can echo that sentiment. When I started my channel, when I got to about 1,000 subscribers, people started to email me and they said exactly the same thing. They said, I thought it was just me. I felt alone. I was depressed. I had no one to go to. And I find out there's this big movement full of people and people that think like me. And actually, it's the country. It's the people of the country. And people really thought they were on an island. And yeah, just little channels like ours would make them go, oh, shit, I'm not. Oh, look at the people in their chat that agree.
It doesn't matter how small you are. It doesn't matter if you're on your own. The thing is, eventually you will inspire people. People watch you and it will inspire them to be the same as you, to fight and stand up. And that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. Like, no matter how dark we may go in a conversation, no matter how hopeless we may see a situation is, we are always looking for solutions and looking for the best way out of trouble and the best way of mitigating trouble or avoiding it altogether. That's the point, isn't it? We want a better future, regardless of you're right, mate. Regardless of who tries to ruin it.
I don't know how long you want to keep. Do you want to watch another one?
Go for it.
I call him the laughing lefty because he's an absolute lunatic. He was at that communist gala where that guy tried to assault me.
Oh right.
And wow, mate.
Go on.
It's like,
let's do it.
This is just for the shits and giggles. This one, mate. It's like, what are you on about, buddy?
Let's do it. Because we're on. What are we on? We're on.
I don't know.
2 hours 17. So I'll tell you what. If we do this video and we'll wrap up after, yeah.
Okay, mate. I'm sorry I'm making it all about me, but it's just funny.
No, not at all. Not at all. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed this, and not only that, it's erased the memories of all the technical fuck ups from earlier on.
Right, it's only 4 minutes, so it's a good one. This one, it's only 4 minutes. I'll do it the same way again. I'll send it through X, mate.
See, once you get into habit using this stuff, it all becomes quick again, doesn't it? It's just getting back into habit, these studios.
Just getting back into it, mate. Yeah. You're right.
Not got anything yet, Ben.
If anybody needs the hard drive checking, it's this guy. Trust me.
You have no idea. What about 27? Oh, you mean on here? Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean. You mean? Oh, okay. I see. For what
yeah. We've seen the picture. We've seen his picture.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Fair enough. Right. Let's share this out so everybody else can see the PFL to be.
This just shows how weird these people are, though. They're just strange people.
Yeah, they are. They are. Right, let me just share that. I nearly ended the stream accidentally. Right, let's just share that out. Not share it out, share it on stream. Sorry. Right, can you see that?
Yeah.
Right, let's go for it.
Makes great YouTube videos though, mate. Makes a great YouTube video.
Who for?
Me.
Who for?
Yeah.
Who am I? Yeah. Who are you?
Is it? Oh, it's a secret, is it?
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Get
You
it.
don't want anybody knowing who you are.
What? Do you not want anybody to know who you are?
Yeah, I don't mind anybody knowing who I am. It's suspicious when you don't want people knowing who you are.
No, it doesn't. Majority of people in town don't want people knowing who
That man using the word suspicious is just wrong.
they are, do they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that's a reasonable thing to walk around in public with, identity and stuff intact? Because it's with your private. I'm not part of a government group or anything like that. So why do I need to give people my information?
Well, you want to film
I'm just a member of that.
You want other people's, to film other people, but you don't want anybody knowing
Well,
who
I'm
you
allowed
are.
to film out in public. You've got no right to privacy in public.
You've got no right, what?
You've got no right to privacy in public.
Well, you want privacy because you don't want anybody
No,
knowing
I mean,
who you are.
you come out here in public. You've come out here in public.
Look at that. No, come on, look, let's just go back. Look, it really thought he'd won a point. Oh my God, look, I won.
Yeah,
I won an argument. Oh yeah, look at me. Mummy,
Yeah,
I
me.
made it.
Oh, you come out here in public. You've come out here in public to do a demonstration. I'm just here to watch it. I'm not part of the demonstration, am I? Yeah.
Doesn't know what to say.
I've got a right to film out in public, but I've also got a right to privacy for my own personal details. You can film me. Everybody can film me, but you've got no right to know my personal details or anything like that. Just like I've got no right to know your personal details.
Doesn't know what to say.
No.
But that face must have got him near punched in a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Makes sense.
confusing.
He's like a Gary Neville.
What am I going to be on YouTube for now then?
I don't know. You just could be generally on
That's
YouTube.
another secret.
Yeah, just generally on YouTube.
That's another secret you want to keep.
Yeah.
You're very, very.
Do you think that's what he was doing, Ben? There? Do you think he was sitting going, "Oh shit, I'm going to be on YouTube"?
secretive.
I don't have to
Yeah.
give it that.
I nearly said to him, and I nearly said to him, he says, "Well, what am I going to be doing on YouTube?" I thought, "Well, looking like an idiot, mate." Later.
So you're very, very intolerant. The people that you stand with.
What?
The people you stand with are very, very intolerant.
Are they?
Of course they are. That guy just walked over there for no reason and started harassing me. That's not very tolerant from a supposed group of people that are promoting tolerance, is it? Hey. Yeah? You can't answer that one, can you? No.
I think they're very tolerant people.
I don't think they are. Not when you can walk up to members of the public and try and push them away. That's not very tolerant, is it?
What are you here for?
None of your business.
None of my business.
I'm a private citizen coming to this.
It is my business when you.
If it was any of his business, then you'd be arrested for it. Why don't these people
Yeah.
get it?
Want to film me and record me?
No, it's not. Anybody can do it out in public. They're doing it right now on top of the town hall. They're filming you.
I could say you're harassing people and you're getting aggressive with me.
I don't think I am, mate.
You're stationary, he's not.
Accusations about people.
Oh,
But you
it
don't
hurt
want-
your
you don't
feelings. Hurt your
want
feelings.
equality.
Hurt feelings are not harassment, mate. I'm
You
sorry,
don't
they're just
want
not.
equality. You don't
No.
want equality.
Of course I do.
No, we don't want equality because it's bullshit. Because it has to be forced. It's not realistic. The best you can hope for is equality of opportunity. You stupid fucking prick, fucking pedophile.
Tom,
scum.
No, you don't want equality, you want superiority.
Say
You'll have so much
again.
fun, mate. You've
Say
got
again.
to come to this with me next year. You'll have so much fun, mate.
Oh,
I'm telling
definitely,
you.
definitely.
That's the difference, mate.
What
So
a
for
knob.
context, I moved away from the guy after the interaction. I decided to go and film further up and film the back end of the march, the communists, and I was doing a little bit to cameras, doing a bit of commentary about what I thought about them, and I could feel somebody behind me. So I looked round, and then he starts laughing in a really creepy way. He was creepy anyway. He was a very, very creepy man, and very happy man, but not too bright.
So you've said you're against communists and you're against Nazis. Who do you support?
What?
Oh my god! Like you can only choose. Oh my god!
Yeah,
Did you hear
yeah.
Everybody, did you hear what he said? You're not for communists and you're not for Nazis. So who do you support?
Isn't that the default position? Isn't that the default position of everybody?
What do you mean?
To not like Nazis or communists?
So you want to say who you're against, but you don't want to say who you support.
Well, I'm with everybody that's against Nazis and communists, mate. That's who I'm against. See, that's the thing with extremists. There's no middle ground. It's
walk of shame. Walk of shame.
Sorry, Ben.
Walk of shame every time. It's like,
you're either with them or you're against them.
Totally.
They don't see the grey ground in the middle that most people are against communists and Nazis because they're both as bad as each other.
Yeah, you demolished him that time. He didn't know what to do, did he, at the end of that? Oh, that was hilarious, Vin. I'll tell you what, Vin, yeah. When that comes around next time, I would love to come with you. I really would. I'll tell you what, and the thing of it is, what will wind them up more is the way I'm laughing here, is the way I'll probably laugh there. I won't be able to help myself. As soon as they come up with stupid shit like that, I'm going to be rolling on the floor. So I can't wait to see their reaction to that.
It's great. You know what? It's great. Just walk around, just doing interviews with them. It's like you don't need to be violent. You don't need to be aggressive towards them. Just talk to them, and it's just funny. It's really funny. And this is their best and brightest. These are the best and brightest of the communists, Tom.
I know.
So,
see, the thing is, like, so it's always the older women and that, and the teachers and that are always doing what they're doing to you. And the only ones I've ever had any success with are the young ones. And you've got to then get the young ones away from the older ones, because the young ones will actually, some of them will actually engage you in conversation. And when they engage you in conversation and realize you're not what the teachers told them that you are, they start to stop and listen to you a little bit more. And some of those people are actually approachable.
I think there's varying types. So you've got your old ones that have just been indoctrinated all lives. You've got no hope of changing their minds whatsoever. You've got certain types of young ones where you can't change their minds because their family have always been communists, so they've been brainwashed from birth to believe in this certain way. But you're right, it's the ones that have been indoctrinated at the schools and colleges where you can actually win them over, because they're the least indoctrinated out of all of them.
Yeah,
and you can sway them
they're
back.
Really quite open-minded, considering what they've been through. They're quite open-minded until they get to that. Like that woman, I've studied economics. Until they get to that stage, then they're gone. Then they're gone.
Yeah, the title of that last video, by the way, was the was it the laughing lefty? The laughing lefty.
What's really good about that video, Vin, is the fact that you bothered to take the time to cut in the bits of you, and those bits are actually quite dry humor. So you actually, they're quite funny. I don't know why you don't do that still. Just you cutting in and just giving the context actually made it funnier. I don't know why, it just really did. This is the way you straight talk. It's funny as fuck. It's funny as fuck. Sorry, but it is. It's really funny. I loved it. It's, you know, it's not like super, what's the word? Super production value is needed. It's more content, and that.
Yeah, believe it or not, like, I've got plenty more like that on there. There's some on my channel. You'll have to come on a live stream and watch them with me again, because there's one where I went to. I've always protested anti-racism on my own. It's always been on my own. I've never been with anybody else. I've always had the strength of my convictions to know that I can go there, and if I get in a debate, I can hold my own.
Yeah.
And yet these people can't come to your live stream, Tom, and come in here and debate with you because they don't have the convictions of their beliefs.
And they've had, and that, again, just to be clear, they've had on the communist video, on the 2 animations, on the channel post page, on the videos themselves, and again on both channels, in case I didn't say that. Plus, we're broadcasting out to 3 platforms. I have offered, said the time, said what it will be about, and I've offered them to come over. And where are they? Not one.
No one to be seen,
not
are they?
even,
Believe it or not.
Sorry, go on.
And believe it or not, Tom, right? I've had people actually come to my channel and say I'm just a keyboard warrior that just hides behind a computer screen. Yeah, I've got all these videos.
Yeah, they can't say that about people like us, because we've already been out there, done it, and we still do. So that doesn't work. But they're always assuming they're talking to people like themselves, because when these people attack me, I'm like, well, what have you done? Let's have a look at your channel. Oh, created a day before because you came on the troll, and you have no subscribers, no videos, and you never will have. because you can't do it, which is where you come looking for fame on other channels.
Here we go. Let's just comment. Don't take this the wrong way, but I think I'm getting to like Van a lot.
No, I think you should take that the wrong way, Vin. He's dodgy, this guy. Nah, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. I'm joking. Sorry, mate. I couldn't help myself. No, no, he's actually a really good guy. He's fantastic on my channel.
I look forward to, I can't wait for you to come and do some of your own interviews with these people at this gala, because what it is, in Chesterfield, these people have never ever, it's like a giant echo chamber, Chesterfield, because it's part of the Red Wall. And these people have never actually been challenged on their beliefs until I came along and started challenging them on it. So they've never known anything like this before. And it's like, they're not used to like, what the hell? We've been given free reign to walk around and say what we want.
It's kind of similar when I've got to be careful about out in an exact location, but let's just say people know there's an oil refinery near me. So let's just say near to that oil refinery, Extinction Rebellion turned up, and they didn't know how to deal with me because there was about 15 of them, if that. And yeah, you could tell that some of them were locals, and they had never done it if I didn't know what they're doing. And the police just let me walk straight over to them because they didn't realize they could even be trouble.
I've had Extinction Rebellion as well, mate. I've had them as well. I asked them an honest question, said, how does tax make the earth cooler? And
it's funny you said about looking at videos, because I want to go through some of my older videos. I thought about it and I thought, Jesus, I've interviewed a lot of people I've forgotten about, and there was also some amazing moments of stupidity on these videos, and I want to go back and find them, because I think it'd be a nice little reminder for me as well, because I saw a couple of bits the other day just from a march that I did where I was giving everybody shit, and it was brilliant. And yeah, it reminded me how much fun I used to have, because like it is about letting them come to you and letting them, all you got to say is a few words and they just lose their minds and bury themselves. It's brilliant. It's such, I'll be honest, it's easy work most of the time. It's easy work.
Now my channel's monetized, going to these things and getting interviews with people, it's going to be awesome, because that's my mission now, is to go out and interview these people and just show the world for the idiots they actually are. Well, I don't have to do talking. It's like, give them enough rope, let them hang themselves.
Exactly.
They'll do it themselves.
Exactly. Well, I've been working on small goals at the moment, Vin, and other than the losing of a webcam, the failure of a mic, and the problems I had at the beginning, I challenged myself to set a time, be there, and be prepared to take on the world if necessary. I managed to do all three, which for me, and nobody else will understand this, but for me, it's a major triumph. It means I'm well on my way to getting where I need to go. So, regardless of
I'm pleased, mate. I'm pleased you're back, because your live streams were awesome, always awesome.
Appreciate that.
And yeah,
and we're going to get back to the qualities that made Zero News. And it wasn't, I mean, I still want high production, but it wasn't about high production. It was about the people. It was about getting people involved. It was about community.
Yeah, I honestly believe that you should have a live streaming channel like this, and you should have the cartoon video where you can put all your cartoons in as well.
Yeah, and I think that's what I'm going to do with a smaller channel. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do with a smaller channel. Just make it a pure anti everything they love, animation channel. Just wind them, and when they take that one down, just put another one up in its place, and so on. Yeah, absolutely.
You're unstoppable, mate. You always were unstoppable. They can't stop you, and they've proven it today because they're silent.
I appreciate that, Vin. And Vin, so because I always mess these things up, but your channel's growing, but you could never be growing fast enough in the world that we're in and the time that we've got. So where can people find you? Where to follow you and subscribe and stuff like that.
Vindicator Strikes Back on YouTube, Vindicator Vengeance on Rumble, and on Twitter it's at Dark Knight DA. That's where you can find me on all those things. That's the main places I'm at. Did you know that I did have a BitChute channel, but you can't access it anymore? You can't access BitChute anymore.
I had the same problem. They cut me off.
Yeah. It says for access from people from the UK, this is down to Starmer.
Yeah.
no access to that because they refused to comply with the online safety bill. So they've said no.
Yeah, there's a
Because
lot of
you can upload content. You can upload content, but you just can't view it.
Oh, by the way, I said people are paranoid about watching deepfakes at the moment, but not deepfakes, AI, because they can't recognize it because they're so paranoid. They would recognize it if they would just stop being so paranoid because it's really easy to spot. With that said, the deepfake voices are getting better. And on YouTube, I caught them, or at least they're advertised, using deep fakes of people like Sylvester Stallone and other people to sell stuff. I pointed it out to YouTube. Those things have since disappeared. However, on Rumble and on other platforms, just yesterday, I saw exactly the same adverts still running. They are running adverts that have got, if you're hearing it behind you, it sounds like Robert De Niro and all other kinds of people selling products. They are not. They are not.
Yeah. It's the deep fake videos as well. There's ones with Keir Starmer as well saying the British. Yeah. I've got access for the British people on such and such. And
they're easy enough to spot, but if you're not looking for them, you can get caught out.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I don't click on any adverts. I don't click on any adverts that I don't trust anyway. So.
Yeah. Well, Benoit, if you're done and I'm done, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. You good with that?
Yes, mate, I'm good. Yeah, thanks for having me on, mate. It's been brilliant as always.
Thanks for coming on. And like I said to you before we did the stream, I knew I'd need you on from the beginning because I knew they wouldn't have the balls to turn up. And don't get me wrong, I'm disappointed, but I just knew it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, mate, if you start to see accounts disappearing from your subscriber or you lose subscribers because they think, we're on the radar now. We're on the radar. Bad place to be, by the way. You don't want to be on our radar. That's the last place you want to be.
Exactly. And let's see what happens in the comment section later on when they feel braver. Because if they don't even come in the comment section, well, all I can say is you pussies. If you believe in something, at least stand up for it. We can at least respect that.
Well, Tom, all you have to answer with now to their comments is you don't have to get into any of their bullshit, mate. You could just say you lack the convictions of your beliefs. You didn't come to the live stream. I don't have to listen to you anymore. Bye bye. Your opinions are irrelevant.
I agree. And like I say, and just before I go, I promise that those animations are only going to get better and sharper and more cutting. So if they thought that made them lose their minds, God knows what they're going to make of the rest of it. Final word, Vin?
Yeah. And trust me, Tom's got some great ideas, so watch out for them. I can't wait. I can't wait to see the salty tears and the salt mining going on over the next few months from the communists and the socialists throwing all their toys out the pram and crying into their ball pits and their safe spaces. I can't wait for it.
Love it. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody. Anybody in replay, whatever.
Maybe we should make them a nice video with a little ball pool and a little puppy petting section where they can pet their puppies and the little colouring section where they can do their little colouring books, like the hammer and sickle. They can colour the hammer and sickle in on their little colouring books.
Do you think I frightened them? Do you think that's what it was? Do you think I should have added more kittens?
Oh, more kittens, definitely more kittens,
Okay.
Yeah.
Next time we'll have kittens in the corner of the screen and that.
Yeah, make them socialist kittens though.
Obviously.
Yeah. Hammer and sickle. Hammer and sickle on the side.
Yeah. All right, my brother. Thank you so much for joining me. I am Tom
No problem, mate.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. People in the chat. I'm Tom Surrey. This is Zero News with Vindicated Strikes Back. Calling it a day for now. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Take care.
See you later. Bye. See everybody.
Bye-bye.
I hear a symphony of violence piercing through the silent night. Behind a scarlet moon so still reflects back on us.
Illuminating rage that's coming now. A symphony of violence, a festival of rage where free spoke silence and communism's all the rage. No, yeah. Hey, it's tough, I know you feel rough. Just pack up your stuff, enough. Rage is gonna come reveal soon. Nowhere to hide, no safe little room. Rage is coming from you. It's coming for you, kids. It's growling at you. Yeah. Rage is in the room.